All right, good morning, everybody. If you can hear me and if the mic sounds okay, if you don't mind hitting that number 1, that would be helpful. Again, if you don't mind hitting that number 1, if the audio sounds good, Cascade, Matt, Hoover, the man. I like to at least get 5 ones. Trucking, Greg, KB. All right, perfect. Thomas, hello. What happened in Bitcoin? I don't know. What is Bitcoin doing right now? All right. Very quickly, before I get started, for those of you that watch this in the archive, if you want to have something to continue to watch in the archive, then this is totally viewer supported. So code CLAY, all caps, with any of these prop firms is a way to make that happen. So I appreciate you watching the archive, but again, to be just very transparent, there's no sponsorships, nothing like that's going on. So if you want everything to continue, if you want to still have something to watch in the archive, like I said, code CLAY, all caps, with any of these prop firms I use. I recommend Take Profit Trader. But yes, any of these will help support the channel. All right, thank you for letting me do that real quick. And then we are going to get the official kicked off here. Well, good morning, everybody. It is, well, good grief, time flies. It is actually March. It is March 2nd in the year 2026. I could have sworn I was just getting used to saying 2026 because it was like January 3rd. But we are already in March. So hopefully everybody is off to a good start. Nothing really happened over the weekend. Pretty boring weekend. I don't think there's any news headlines or anything like that that need to be addressed. So overall, very, very boring weekend as far as the news cycle is concerned. Of course, I'm being sarcastic. Although I will say that I thought everything would be a little bit more crazy than it is. Don't get me wrong; there's been volatile. It's been moving around, but even oil, I wanted to just out of like kind of almost like a historic type of standpoint. Hey, I want to be part of like trader history. Let's see how crazy it is last night at 6 p.m. Eastern, which is, if you're not familiar, the futures market opened Sunday at 6 p.m. So I mean, I was sitting there watching and. I made a couple of trades, and I guess it turned out. Wait. No. Yeah. It turned out fine. I'm trying to think. Wait, what account was I trading? But it turned out fine. But yeah, I thought it was going to be a lot more crazy. You know, the majority of the move in oil just came from the gap up, anyways. I suppose that is still subject to change, but yeah, I confess that. Even today, I thought there would be more movement. Again, that's not to say there hasn't been movement, but I don't know. It just seemed like an event that might have justified a bit more. I suppose I had my tinfoil hat on. Well, no, I take that back. I was going to say, I think Trump did it just because he didn't want to like rattle the markets, like do all that like when the markets were open. But then I guess if it was driven by when their leader over there and the generals were in the same room, it sounds like that's what drove when it actually happened. But I guess thanks to them for scheduling that on a Saturday, so that we weren't all in the middle of a trade, and then all that went down. But yeah. So how are your days? Oh, hit that like button. We did hit 400 likes on Friday, which was amazing. Maybe we can start a streak up here. But yes, if you've been here before and you know you're going to enjoy, first reminder, please hit that like button. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but it does help. So if you could hit that like button, that would be fantastic. Ooh. Well, that all happened very quickly. So nice formation here. Although, like I said, I'd like to say that, oh man, I missed. No, I don't think I would have been quick enough to take advantage of that anyways, with as fast as that just formed. But like I said, hit that like button. And how are all your days going? Did anybody trade last night? Has anybody been trading oil? When you start live, you have, yes, I trade with my private paying community. I have a private paid for community that I am, trading in at the opening bell with. Hey, good morning, pro bag holder. That's a good name. But yeah, how are all your days going? Great, terrible, fantastic, worst day ever, best day ever, blew an account. Somebody remind me. I guess, yeah, I'll talk about my day really quickly at 11. It's fine day, but frustrating. So, spoiler, I may or may not have cooked an account. But yeah, I'll just talk about it quickly at 11 because I do like to talk about things, just point out when I do cook accounts so everybody knows, that's part of it. But yeah, Remind me at 11, somebody. They're like, hey, quickly, just talk about your day. Somebody just say that at 11 a.m. in case I get distracted. 11 a.m. Eastern. Made 300 in Asian session in about an hour. One solid green Mont. All right. Well, let's see what we can find here. So I did actually take a gold trade. So that comes from gold. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. But that just also goes to show the position size. I think this would have, maybe. I think this maybe would have been bigger if that was MGC. But because it was GC, I was cracking walnuts. So the position size, just even one GC was like, ooh. Because old gold was moving a little bit. But yes, so this is my NQ trades. That's my MNQ trades. And this was my GC trade. So same account, just the 3 different contracts I've traded within the account. Cooked one playing the down and reverse hard. Yeah, yep. All right, well, potentially a short here, actually. What would that be? I got to be very careful because that distance does not look a lot. So if my stop's at 50 and I put it up over here, okay, that's only 11 points. I can do 11 points. All right, going to try to play double top, triple top, whatever you want to call this. Sell. Put my stop up here. So very simple premise. This is either breaking new highs, and if it does, it will be a losing trade. If it does reject from this area right here, then I'll have a losing trade. But like I said, let's see if this wants to be some sort of, double-ish, top-ish dynamic right here. But like I said, if this thing is prepping to break to new highs and not repeat history like it did here, not that I'm expecting it to roll over that much, then I'll have a losing trade in my hand. So, but step one, it's first got to come up to the red line. And then from there, we'll cross those next bridges. Again, looking to get short here. So definitely a day where make sure you check your spaces. I get it. Well, geez, Clay, look at the red line to the green line. That's barely any distance. You're right. But still almost 10 points on this stop. So just keep that in mind. Hey, good morning, Gary. Hey, Kevin from Lakeland. Good to see you. Well, did not like the price action at the open at all. I mean, I thought the price action was fine, but it was just not nearly as kind of all over the place as what I thought it would be. Did anybody else feel that way? I mean, were you expecting some pretty big fireworks, especially, yesterday at 6 p.m. Eastern when the futures market opened? Again, it moved, but I just thought it'd move a lot more. But, yeah. I didn't think it would be up though. This means nothing in hindsight. But I had a bullish bias just because things do tend to kind of overreact. And then if you do look at the VIX too, not that the VIX is a holy grail, but the VIX is not anywhere in like people are terrified territory. So if you're not familiar with the VIX is like known as a fear gauge to see how scared kind of the market is. And yeah, the market as a whole, it's not anywhere in like panic mode or anything like that. All right, well, so broadly speaking, I was right. Yeah, this thing did want to roll back over, but that's where broad statements are not good enough because I didn't get the finer details right. What finer detail did I not get right? Well, I didn't get the entry point right. I wanted to see it hit right there. It never did. So sure, it did roll back over, but I'm not making any money from it. So again, if trading were only as easy as broad statements, I'd be rich. I'd be really, 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 really rich. Not as rich as my hindsight trading account, though. Hindsight trading account, I think just hit $8 trillion yesterday. Problem with my hindsight trading account, for those of you, if you found a workaround, let me know. Every time I try to withdraw money, it just gets denied. So it's disappointing. Felt like a battle just to get 20 points. Well, I mean, Alfonso, I think we look at things a little bit differently. If you're looking for just 20 points, I mean, yeah, I can't say that's like a standard. Again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, Alfonso. I'm just saying I think we look through the market with a little bit of a different lens. If if you're looking to just get 20 points, for me, 20 points, I'd consider that a pretty nice trade. All right, I will look for a long down here, though. We have the 50 period cent moving average at purple line. We have a couple of lows right here where it's bounced before. Does not mean none of this means it'll bounce again, but hey, Bluefish, yeah, same to you. Both happy Monday, and yeah, wishing you a great week too. Again, looking now to get long down here. Yeah, be kind. You're speaking another language, and I mean, you sound smart, and I think you probably are way smarter than I am, but I have no idea what you're talking about. But yeah, if that's your strategy, good on you. I just don't think I'm smart enough to have any idea what you're doing. But hey. Hey, Gustafer. Again, looking to get long at the green line if it wants to pull back some more here. I don't know. Last week we had quite a few of these, so I don't know. Is this going to be some sort of range? Was it Friday? I did some range trading last week. I try to be adaptable to the market and just take what the market gives. So if this is going to turn into another range kind of afternoon session, then I suppose if I'm thinking this is a range, I should once again be looking for a short up around here. If we say that's the top of the range. Hey, Goo. No, you can't assume it's an EMA. The poor SMA. The SMA just gets forgotten about in the world of futures. Everybody just assumes it's the EMA. The purple line is the 50S. S is in Sam. I was going to think, come on, there's so many S words out there. That's the best I can do with Sam. The 50 period simple moving average. Got my first payout from DPD. Hey, Ryan, that's awesome. Good job. Congrats. Yeah, Albert, I was talking about that earlier. Kind of one of those things where I expected a little bit more movement. It's Goosette. Okay, well, I'm not going to remember that. I appreciate you that think I have an amazing memory, and you're like, okay, this guy, interacts with hundreds of people every day. But if I tell him a specific thing he's supposed to remember about my name, he's going to remember it. Again, I appreciate the vote of confidence you have in my intellectual ability. But that ain't going to happen. I'm going to call you Goosette. Or Goose or Goo. I'm going to call you Goo. I will do my best to remember that it's Goosette, but I make no promises. Thank you, though, for thinking my mind can keep track of what everybody's screen names are supposed to mean. I appreciate it. As soon as the market breaks 24,980, then it is a long for me. All right, Christian, roger that. Please be nice to my wife. Uh-oh. What do you think at the market right now, long or short? Well, I'm thinking right now, if you prescribe that this is a sideways channel that is now in the works and is formed, then it'd probably be a short up around here and a long down around here. But that's only assuming you agree with the sideways channel premise. If you don't think this is an actual sideways channel, well, then you're going to be disagreeing. So at the end of the day, I don't know. What do you think? Hey, Snowman, I remember you from last week. Clay, my German accounts went active last night. I used your code. I rode the wave down last night at 800 on my first demo. Hey, good job, Drew. Thank you for using code Clay. I appreciate it, and congrats on a good, solid first day. It's going to dump so hard when institutions start in. But what happens if those institutions buy? Then what, Danny? Hey, Judge. So okay, I'm gonna cancel it out. No, I don't want to forget about it, especially when that one didn't technically have a stop loss quite then and there. Let's see. What's my premise? Yeah, I think right here, just make that the bottom of the. There we go. So let's see if this does hold true as some sort of sideways channel. It is, but in a big chart like 15-minute run, it looks like long, but 1 minute looks like short. Well, if you don't know what to think, then you do know what to think. At least you know you don't know what to think. So if you know that you don't know what to think, I would take that as a sign of probably you shouldn't be trading. You should be sitting on your hands. So to know that you don't know is actually knowing a valuable piece of information from trading. Because if you know that you don't know, then you officially know to sit on your hands and not trade. What was your advice on payouts? Okay. Dassner, give me a 1 real quick. Let's make sure you're still here. I've had it before where people ask a question, then I answer it, then they come back and be like, they ask the same thing again. So Dassner, just give me a 1 real quick. Okay. So in Take Profit Trader, if you are looking and you have plans to build more accounts, copy trade 5 accounts, which is the max, whenever you get a payout, the payout first starts in your wallet. Keep that money in your wallet because you can use that money to buy more accounts. The minute you send that money from your wallet to your bank account triggers a taxable event. They are going to 1099 you on that amount. But if you just leave it in your wallet, you're getting 100% purchasing power of that money. But if you send it to your bank account, you have now lost 100% purchasing power because you're going to have to pay taxes on that money. So to maximize and keep full purchasing power of every profit you make, keep it in your wallet. There's no taxable event when you request a payout from your account into your TPT, Take Profit Trader wallet. The taxable event only happens when you go from the wallet into your bank account. Now, if you're like, no, I'm maxed out, I want the money, then fine. Transfer it from your wallet into your bank account. You'll pay some taxes on it. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Do you understand why I didn't feel like typing all that in the YouTube comment section? Yeah, it's one of those cool little things about and I don't think Take Profit Trader is the only prop firm that offers a wallet. But yeah, the prop firms that offer those wallets, man, that makes it, from a tax strategy perspective, it's a no-brainer. Don't keep the money there if you know that you're going to be buying more accounts. That way you get 100% purchasing power from it. Because if you take it from your wallet to your bank account, that's a taxable event. And then if you take that money, now you're buying more accounts. Well, now you just shortcut yourself. Because now you're spending money that has been hit by tax, or you're spending profits that have been hit by taxes to buy more accounts. Whereas if you just keep it in your wallet, you're buying more accounts with pure profits. It's not pure profits. It's tax profits if you send it to your checking account and then start buying more accounts. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. Like I said, that would only, and again, I'm only speaking about Take Profit Trader. I don't know how other prop firms work, if they even have a wallet. But that is just one of the many reasons that I believe, Take Profit Trader makes them the king of the biz. That's who I use, who I recommend. Yes, I am team Take Profit Trader. Take Profit Trader has cleaner rules. Now again, very quickly, I'll just map this out. I'm not saying these other prop firms are bad. I'm just saying it's first off the question, or the discussion is of nuance. Question one is, well, are we talking about a beginner prop firm trader? If you're a beginner prop firm trader, then Take Profit Trader. These other ones, again, they're not bad, but they do have more rules. Take Profit Trader, very, very clean set, easy to understand set of rules. But these other ones, again, they're not bad, but they do have more rules. Now, if we're talking experienced trader, I still say Take Profit Traders definitely should be part of your empire building. Again, because they're a clean set of rules and they have the best payout policy. You can take daily payouts and all that sort of stuff. But, that is my overall thoughts. And, again, if you want to help support the stream, code CLAY, all caps with any of those. So, yeah, good little discussion there. Yeah, and I say drama out there with Apex. Apex just put out a bunch of new, new accounts, new rules. I think it's probably just a big depends on if these rules are good or bad for you. I would say the huge one that stood out in my mind immediately was instead of $50 minimum for it to count a day, the $50 minimum now is $250. So that is a 400% increase of what used to be considered a trading day of $50 is now 400 increased more for the same thing. Again, I'm not saying that's a good or bad change. I'm just saying that's the change that really stands out to me. That could be like, okay, I could see that really hurting some people, but other people maybe they're like, well, no, I don't really care about that at all. So. Oh, thank you. Yes, 11 a.m. So my day here this dude's always green. Nope, I was frustrating day. I was $700 away, 700-ish away from passing an account, which may not sound like a lot, but I was getting aggressive. So really one trade, especially on this sort of movement, I was one trade away from getting another account passed. But this is also the downside. When you get aggressive, yes, you can pass accounts very quickly. There's no doubt about that. But a slip up, which I had here, I think I was watching somewhere around here. No. Okay, I was looking for this sort of move, like down here. So I saw this kind of candle show up briefly, but that candle, yeah, I think it was on this one. It was looking like that candle, but then all of a sudden it popped back against me, and that cooked the account on that one. Thankfully, like I said, it was just a test account. Overall, though, I'm green. It's fine, which is the nice thing about prop accounts. If you just view prop accounts kind of like I do them, and you look at a roasted account is just simply a losing trade, well then it is what it is. But still frustrating, especially when you're only $700 away. Which, like I said, for me and the way I was trading, that was just one more trade. I just needed that one trade to work out, and I needed it to work out really not even that much, but it didn't. And the account is now dead. But other than that, yeah, that's all I want to talk about was just a little lesson there that I was close. So I've been there before, right, where you're close to passing a test or whatever, and then one trade, it's all gone. But also the lesson being, while I don't mind being very aggressive, there's always two sides of that coin. I was that close, and then just like that one trade, I don't know, it all lasted probably 30 seconds. Done, toast, sayonara, adios. But there we go. So that's kind of my day. But again, within the world of prop firms and how they work, overall it was a losing trade. I'll be okay. Because the way I view prop firms is each account you buy itself is a trade. What is the stop loss on that trade? Because remember, all trades should have a stop loss. All good trades, part of a good trade plan is a stop loss. And a stop loss is just something that says, if I am wrong, how much am I going to lose on this trade? So like I said, in the cash account, if you're using your own money and you're risking $500 on a trade, that means if you're wrong on that trade, if your stop loss is at 500, you're literally losing 500 out of your pocket. And in the, because that's the real amount out of your pocket. But in the world of prop firms, it's more so a question of if each account is a trade. So who I use real quick is Take Profit Trader. So if each one of these itself is a trade, well, then the question becomes, well, what is your stop loss? And so if you're doing the 50K account, code Clay gives you the 40% off. So that's how you get to these numbers. Then your actual stop loss is 102. So if you cook the account by going out there and losing 2,000, then you don't actually lose 2,000 like you would with a cash account. But your account is gone. Therefore, well, how much has gone out of your pocket? Well, just whatever you bought the account for, which is 102. So for me, that's how I look at this is if you're doing this account, your risk is 102. That is your ultimate stop loss. If you're doing the other end of the spectrum, well, the lower end of the spectrum, your stop loss would be $90. So if you cook this account, yeah, you're out $90. On the other end, for the 150K account, your stop loss on that trade would be $216. So if you go out there and within the account, you lose $4,500, then yeah, you're not losing that out of your pocket, but you are losing that out of your pocket. Therefore, that would be the stop loss of the trade. So that's how I view the prop firm world is each account itself is a trade. What is the stop loss on that trade? Whatever you paid for it. I've been trading for a very long time. Almost 20 years now. Well, I'm glad whoever asked me to go over my day, thank you. Because I was thinking short around here, but as far as I can tell, that would have been a losing trade. Looking like this is not the top of any sort of sideways channel. I am looking for a short up around there, though. Hey, KXB. The issue is those stop losses get wicked. I'm not sure what stop loss you're talking about. Are you talking about like my analogy of the stop loss or just talking about like an actual stop loss within a trade that we're looking at here? Any idea how long it takes trades to show up in TPT? What do you mean? You mean on the dashboard, Drews? Yeah, I'm assuming you mean on the dashboard, like on their site. Yeah, that'll update in the evenings. Yeah, that'll update in the evenings. Everything else, just track it, on your actual platform. Oh, in general. I mean, no, that's not true. I mean, yes, of course it happens, Goose. But if you watch the live stream long enough, you've seen my iPad stops out there, and the price sometimes we're literally it seems like hit the stop, and then it just goes and eventually works out because it gets oh so close. There's a wick, but it doesn't take me out. But yes, sure, of course, sometimes a wick will come up, and I mean that's just part of trading. There's no, it's not that a visual one. I mean, the flip side of that is, well, if you use just basically a mental stop, so if you don't put one in, then a wick pops up here and comes down. Okay, good thing I didn't have a hard stop. But what you're discounting is what happens in those situations where it comes up here and the wick just keeps wicking and going. Then what? Now you're cooked even more. So I hear what you're saying, but I mean the market there's always two sides to every coin. You're just presupposing that it is a wick, that the price actually comes back in your favor. To my counterpoint would be like, yeah, but what about those situations where there is no wick? The price just keeps going against you. Now, all of a sudden, you're taking a bigger loss than you would have had you just had a hard stop there anyways. Yeah, you're welcome, Change. Oh, really? You would think that the virtual assistant would be able to just be like, yeah, no, the back-end dashboard refreshes at in the evening time. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're welcome, Goose. All right, like I said, I am interested in a short up around here. We have both this orange line, which is the previous session close. For some reason, at least as far as I've noticed, the market seems to care about the previous session close. And then we also have the pink line, which is the overnight high. So two levels right there does not mean there'll be resistance, but they got me thinking there could be a short up around here. Hey, good morning, Tim. But step one is the prices first got to get up to that level. No, you're all right, Drew. No problems there. Been trying to find my trading size sweet spot. I like 15 MQ, but might go down to 8. Yeah, 15 seems kind of heavy on a 25K, but I can't say that for sure without knowing more so the finer tune details of what you're doing. But yeah, I think 8 seems a little bit more realistic than the 15. This is starting to potentially feel rising wedge-ish, but I don't know if there's necessarily any of them out there right now. Let's see. So if we have that lower trend line and then something. Okay, that's not a terrible rise. Okay, that might, yeah, we have some rising wedge potential here, which is a bearish pattern. I don't know if I'm going to officially put it in there yet, but we'll see what happens. Hey, if you're enjoying, again, friendly reminder, hit that like button. We need to get up to that 100 like mark by the 1 hour point of the stream. We're going for 4 hours, 400 likes again. We started a new streak on Friday. We'll see if that streak can keep on moving. Trying my best to deploy patience here. I'm looking for a short up around there, but it's first got to get up there. Hey, Barkas, or Barka. Yeah, I would assume those are probably having some pretty good days. So who do I own? Lockheed Martin. I think I own some Raytheon. I don't think not Northrop Grumman. Don't know. Yeah, I have not looked at them, but yeah, it seems like military. Whoever makes the missiles, that's who I need to actually research. Does anybody know who makes the defense missiles? Like the Iron Dome and the Patriot missiles. Who makes all those? Is that Raytheon? Oh, is Trump speaking? RTX makes them? I think I own some RTX then. Oh, okay. All right, well, if you guys don't mind, let me know when Trump is officially speaking. Oh, several companies do. Because that's the one thing that I would think is maybe running low. I guess I don't know how many. Okay, may see. If I believe in the sideways channel, then this could be a nice little entry here because it's just a back test of the breakout point of the channel and keeps on moving. So I might try it down here. In my ideal world, if it could go down right there. Look, low of that candle and 21 EMA. Like a little miniature double bottom here. So like a fake breakdown into the channel and then maybe tries to get back out of it. All right, that's what I'm going to try down here at that green line. See if this pullback wants to keep pulling back. Now, this could very well be where the buy is at. Just like I said, the former breakout of the... That assumes that I have the top of the channel correct, but... You can't... You saw it. You literally saw it just bounce right off that yellow line. You can't make this stuff up. The power of charts. The power of charts. Look at that. Well, then why don't you buy there? That's a fair question. Everything give and take. Give and take. I like this area down here a little bit more, but still cool to see in real time. Hey, Raspberry. Hey, JP. All right. Okay. I keep forgetting. Is Trump's speech have a scheduled time? Yeah, that's... I really don't... I don't know how... Having a Trump speech hang over us the entire day is going to be brutal. Because it's one of those things where, I mean, you could be having a good solid day and you're like, well, I don't care. I'm just going to keep going. And then he finally starts and then, hey, Kenny. Okay, so it should be sooner than later then, Glock. I might try a long here off of this. Oh! Oh, so we know what it's about. It's awarding Medal of Honor. Well, then again, it's still Trump. I could see him going off on a tangent and saying other stuff. Well, I know he's never on time, but I'm asking, was there actually an official time to begin with? You know he will talk about our... Yeah, I guess I don't... Would he say anything? Oh, okay. So it's about Iran. Okay. All right. Here comes the point that I'm... All right. I'm going to go with 2. Never mind. Never mind. It's bounced back up. Now I don't like it anymore. Why do I not like it anymore? Well, think about now the context. If I buy right here now, what does that mean? I'm buying after this failed bounce up. I'm not looking to buy after a failure to bounce up. That doesn't... Still could work, but I don't think the edge is as there as much as it once was. When it was just a pullback, fine. But when you have a green candle and then the green candle disappears and then you're buying after the bounce fails, now the context has changed. Well, I try to be as objective as possible. Was it Saturday when the UN was supposed to meet or talk? They were supposed to talk at like 4 o'clock. And they were also late. So, like, I don't know. Hey, Goose, thank you. That was very kind of you. So, like, Goose, you got skills. Because I pushed back against something you said. And some people, for those of you that have been here long enough, I push back against people, and all I get back is, dude, chill out. Dude, relax. Why are you mad? It's like, wait, what are you talking about? But you were like, hey, man, thanks for your perspective. And you just gave a super chat. Holy smokes, I can tell you are a rare breed. What? We need more gooses in this world. Where just because somebody pushes back against something you say to offer another angle, they're not trying to be mean. They're still calm. Just because they maybe raise their voice in passion, it's not like they're upset. So Goose with the thank you, and now all of a sudden a super chat. We need more gooses. Talk to me, Goose. Talk to me, Goose. I'm going to start to say that when I trade maybe now. Yeah, I'm not a Maverick. So see what I mean? Like, do you see the difference now? To buy right here. Again, it still could work. It just seems like the edge is gone because, man, that's a much different situation when you have this long upper shadow. What created, yep, see how it continues to drop. What created this long upper shadow? Well, it was bouncing, and then the bounce failed. I'm not looking to buy after a failed bounce like that. No, thank you. Now, if it wants to start to come down again, maybe I'll be interested in a long down around here. I'm short here at 945. All right, Johnny, I love it. Given a target and a stop loss. That's good stuff there. And I'm also looking over here at the 5 minute. So if we look at the 5 minute, we have the 21 EMA right here and the 21. What is up with all these lines? Where did this line come from? Why do I have... Wait, no, that was the top of my supposed channel. Where did this one come from? I have no idea. All right, I'm getting rid of that one. But yeah, right now, if I were to move this line or just watch across here, if I look at the low of these candles, it's not quite. It's actually a little bit below that 21 EMA. I was thinking just that naked. Man, I was not even close. All right, I guess I could get kind of this little clump of candles and align that with that 21 EMA. So still bullish bias as it pulls back here. Yeah, your husband is great. Uh-oh. Chivas, Jerry. I didn't see your message, but you deleted it. Well, I'm assuming yes, you deleted it, so. Okay, if I got long here, put a stop down there. How much of a stop is that? It's about 20 points. Where's the 21 EMA? Is that 90? Oh, yeah. That, no, wait. Okay, a 90, yeah. So let's bring, okay, yes. All right, let's do this. But I don't want to, so I want this to be more so around the 21 EMA and the 5 minute, which is around 90. So if I bring that down to about, there we go. Okay. So this may seem kind of random here on the 2 minute, but on the 5 minute, this line here is actually the 21 EMA. So I'm risking still about 15 points on it, but I'll go with 4 and we'll see how it goes. Yes, Lamara, we had that conversation. Had the Apex conversation. I'm sure it'll come up quite a bit. But yeah, I mean, like I said, they still have a lot of rules. So I've never had anything against Apex. I've always just put them in the category of the Apex is for experienced prop firm traders. A lot of people call Apex a scam. They're not a scam. But what happens is people show up beginners and they do price shopping, right? Oh, wow, 90% off. I'm getting that. Which I disagree with price shopping. I would argue you should shop for things based off of rules and payout policy. But beginners show up, they go after the cheap prices, and then they get payouts denied, this, that, or the other. They're blown up, and they're like, well, what a scam. It's like, well, no, they're not a scam. You broke the rules. Yes, there are many rules, and you broke them. So no, they're not a scam, but from a beginner standpoint that doesn't understand the rules, that's where things get a little, which is why, like I said, in the category of experienced prop firm trader, and as I just shown on the slide, yeah, Apex. Code Clay if you want to support the stream, all caps, Code Clay. But yes, if you're a beginner to the prop firm space, take Profit Trader. And I still think take Profit Trader is the best, even if you're an experienced prop firm trader. But Yeah. Like I said, the big rule that stood out to me, whether it's a good or bad rule, but the $50 the day that used to require only $50 to be counted as a trading day, that having gone from $50 up to $250, that is a 400% increase. So whether that's a matters to you or not, I don't know, but to me that is the rule that really stood out to me. Bouncing off rising. Is it bouncing off the rising wedge? Let's see. Close. I guess it depends on, but again, I don't. Yeah, I don't. Like I said, that's why I don't have the rising wedge in. I don't think it's a total no-brainer. Okay, I don't know who that is. So, Crypto Cola, I mean, I know you meant no malicious intent, but just, if you don't mind, just keeping other people's names out of here. Not because other people's are scammers or scumbags, but there are scammers and scumbaggers out there. So, I just don't want to risk having my channel serve as a funnel to these other people, because I don't know who most people are. I keep my head down, do my own thing. I've always done that. And the more and more I look around, it's like, believe it or not, like, there's a lot of drama in the trading space. Believe it or not. And then the future space, I don't know. Maybe it's a function of just social media, but it seems like when I was a kid and I just got started, I don't remember so much drama. But anyways, my point is, if you don't mind, just leave other people's names out of here. Okay, yeah. Regardless, I don't know who he is. He may be just fine, but he also may be a total scumbag. I don't want to risk having my chat serve as a funnel to funnel people to who knows who. Okay, here we go. Maybe a long here. I'm going to get long at the green line. My stop is the red line. I'm now wondering if it maybe pushes a little bit below. There we go. That green line, okay, almost to the, okay, we're almost there, almost there. If it bounces right off the 21 EMA in the 5 minute, which it is doing right now, which is why maybe I should have just left it where it was. Well, I don't like have it being at so close. Let's see if we can get, okay, now you're toying with me, brother. You're getting all close. All right, I can move my stop down a little bit more. I guess we're essentially going for a double bottom now at this point. Okay, I'm officially going for a double bottom. I'm in. Doesn't look like it cares a whole lot, and I'm about to be, nope, did not care at all. That point right there, double bottom, what's that? 21 EMA, what's that? For anybody that got short, hey, congrats. Correct, yeah. If you're a beginner into the prop firm space, take Profit Trader. Well, this was my suspected bottom of the channel. Another support area. Maybe it cares about that one. I would only trade this one long. Well, I just tried it long and it didn't work out. Hey, no soup. Nice candle. Well, that depends. That's a matter of perspective. That this nice candle is definitely context required. This was not a nice candle for me as a long who tried to play the double bottom right here. But yeah, if you're a short, I hear you. Hey, nice beer. Thanks. Appreciate that, Andrew. Another wave of attacks launched Iranian media say new missiles are being used. Like new technology missiles? Went one long at that spot and blew $450. You must, what did you go with, NQ? Hey, good morning, Eddie. That went down a little faster than I thought it would, so I took half my short position out at... Hey, good job, Johnny. And what's nice about you, Johnny, you call that all ahead of time. That's good stuff. NQ 1 mini. Oh, yeah, all right. Well, that makes sense how that... for me, I don't even know what that was. What, like a $80-some loss? And do I try a short here? Is this momentum going to continue down through the bottom of the channel? I meant I would only take it long above the 21A. Above the 21 EMA. All right. So here's my former double bottom point. Is that about to serve as a resistance now? Or is this just going to about... If this thing goes right here with the V, that's just brutal. That's brutal. Because I can see some people that were getting short bearish, bearish minded. Well, nothing I can do with this one right now. Going long here feels scary to me. Because, again, V-shapes normally don't happen. Like, if you're like, I'm going long because I think it's a V-shape, that doesn't mean it can't be a V-shape. But I think you are like, you are depending on something that is more likely to not happen than it is to happen. Like, trading for V-shapes, I don't think gives you any edges. Now, if a V-shape happens to work out and you're in and it works out that way, fine. But, like, showing up like, I'm playing this for the V-shape, it's like, okay. Again, it can happen, but... See, like, here we go. All right. Is this about to sucker me in short here? This is quite the fault. Yep, all right. I'm going to try a short here. If I can get filled, that is basically this entire bounce wiped away. Hey, thank you, JT. The new ones? Did you get those today, J2? JT? Okay, I'll be curious your thoughts on them. And thank you for feeding hungry kids using code Clay. That red line turns blue. I'm in. I am. Oh my goodness! Look at this candle. Okay, I'm in. Oh, if I get suckered in here, so be it. But I will probably add, especially if it comes up more and comes back down. I will be looking to add at this blue line. Kind of actually already am looking to add. This is one where I like it. I'm going to trust it. And if it doesn't work out, it will be a painful trade. But, okay, I'm adding at that red line if it wants to come back down. So if I can get filled there, that is going to be such a pretty looking trade. Doesn't mean it'll work out, but it's one that I'm willing to put some oomph behind and try to trust. Okay, looking to add at that red line. So I guess technically speaking, I'm adding slightly to a winner since the add is slightly in the green, but come on. Okay, I added. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Hit those first couple targets. Come on. I mean, I could not ask for a better looking chart right now. Will it deliver, though? This has got me a little worried, though, now. I do not like how it's putzing around here. Going to give it a little bit more time to try to show me something, but... Look at this. 2 great candles in a row. Even if this is just a sideways channel, and even if it just tests that yellow line, the bottom of the channel, and bounces, that'll still give me plenty of wiggle room to pull out some profits. What? Whoa. Uh-oh. Did Trump start speaking? Oh. I seek no pity. I knew this was a threat, that I could be in here when Trump started to talk. No Trump? Okay, so this is just happening? Oh, man. All right. Well, man. Yeah, fit man size. If you scroll back, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. I've talked about Apex now a couple times now. No, I'm not blaming Trump. I'm not. If let me put it this way: if you're blaming politicians for your trading, yeah, never mind. And I mean any politician. Yeah, I did not think I was. Yeah, that's just it happens. It happens. It's not that I will take that setup. I will add like I did because this sort of movement here is not the norm at all. To get a downwards move, to get a couple of these candles, and then have it just shoot straight up like that, not the norm. Obviously, it happens, but yeah. Let me put it this way: if these are setups you're looking for to get long, I don't think you're going to find that being a consistent setup. Stocks go volatile when he speaks. Yeah, and you have to be in the market when he speaks. Again, if anybody is blaming a politician for your trading, yeah. Well, first off, then I mean that's a very hopeless spot to be in because you have just conceded that like trading is out of your control. So why are you doing something that is out of somebody's out of your control? It's way better if you just blame the person in the mirror because if the person in the mirror is the problem, guess what? They're also the solution. But yeah, it happens. But Clay, right here, you had the chance. Instead of adding, you could have just scalped out. Agree. Yes, you're right. Do you wish you would have done that? I do. But at that moment, it was just a thing of beauty, and I was trusting it, and I was liking what I saw. But that's hindsight. Not normal. Literally the most normal NQ action. Okay. Well, so you must have made a lot of money from that, right? Jake, let me scroll up and let's see your trade plan that you documented ahead of time. Why do I have a suspicion that Jake has no trade plan at all? That he made money from this from the long side? Let me guess, Jake, you're just going to say, well, trust me, bro. I got long right here and I'm still in, right? Is that how this is going to go, Jake? Per your premise that this is just normal action, well, then, so you went long right there? Well, I will say this. That was a painful trade, but had I gotten undisciplined, this would be a cooked account. And crickets from Jake, as would be expected. I'm waiting for all. Oh man, that was so obvious it's gonna happen. You made money from it? Well, no. When Nancy speaks, even EEF. Good old. No. I personally think the Nancy Pelosi thing gets blown out of proportion. Because let's again, in the spirit of trying to keep things as objectively fair as possible, people from both sides of the aisle do it. So like, I mean, yes, for her, she is definitely like the poster child of it. But I mean, come on now. I love the 30-minute timeline. I used to be less efficient. I would try and swing for the fences every open, but 30 minutes has helped me. Cool. Yeah. Hey, that's great. 30 minutes helping you out. Good stuff. I never said I entered there. Well, then why didn't you? If that's normal action, why would you not get there, Jake? If that was so obvious that like something like that was going to happen. Well, Jake, I look forward to a trade plan from you. So around here, we need 3 numbers. We need an entry point, we need a stop loss, and a target. We need these 3 numbers ahead of time. So, Jake, sounds like I could have some things to learn from you. So I look forward to seeing how you're going to make money from this sort of action. I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I'm asking, see? I mean, that's a freeing song when you think about it. So I was thinking about a short way back when up here before it rolled over. And as it approaches once again. Who is this dude? People sitting? Okay. Wow, is it not even going to care about these areas? Yep, there's the V. That V right now well, it depends. Yeah, this was an overall V. I would still say that from here down and then right back up there, I would say that was a V from like this like bear flaggish, bear pennant breakdown. So from that point of view, that is a V shape into the check mark. But yeah, so Cole, per your point, even if you just want to now classify this as the start of the downwards move, even this is essentially the V, and now will it turn into the check mark? But yeah, if you were long, yeah, it was nice. ES also, for any of you ES folks. Well, ES is not quite there. NQ or MNQ. Yeah, okay. MNQ is essentially caring about that general area. Again, orange line is the previous session close. Pink line is the overnight high. And now we have the ES not quite there. So if the ES gets there, is it going to, kind of mimic the NQ? We shall see. But also Trump is potentially going to talk anytime now. No news that I'm aware of. I like a short here. Well, then all Godspeed to you, sir. But it sounds like Trump at any point is about to talk, so I'm going to try to play this halfway cautiously. How do you know when Trump is going to talk? I'm not from USA, and I don't know where to. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. I rely on the chat, which maybe is stupid or smart of me. But yeah, I don't know, chat. Can you answer, Natasha? What are you using to know all this stuff? Yeah, this would have definitely been this would have been a cooked account a long time ago. But in a weird way, this loss here feels pretty good. Obviously, well, I don't know about obviously, because depending on how new you are. But if you're new, the very, very painful trades are like where you get stopped out and then the price. So had I got stopped out and the price did that, those are the trades that like are tilt inducing. But these ones feel good in a sick and twisted way because I got stopped out and now I can play the game of, man, if I didn't get stopped out, that loss would be, like I said, this whole account would be cooked at this point. Fox News. It says on CNBC Trump will be on soon. I use Financial Juice. All right, thank you. Yeah, there you go. So there's several different choices, Natasha, that you could use. I don't know, Clay. That explanation sounds like you're just like, trying to cope with it all. That sounds like some copium to me. I don't know, maybe. But trading is a very mentally challenging game. So I'm trying to keep positive vibes. Because if you allow negative vibes to show up, all of a sudden you're going to default to and start listening to the screw it voice or the I don't care voice. And that's where tilt happens, and that's where pain steps in. Yeah, I don't know. I'll concede. Maybe I'm just trying to cope. But I'm trying to stay in a good mindset. Good job, Mike. Jake, do you see a trade plan yet or no? I'm still waiting for Jake to teach me how to trade. He's just trolling Jim, I think. I hope. I pray. Fox News says Trump is expected to speak at any moment. How long has Fox News been saying that? For the past 2 hours? Music has stopped. Oh, I got you. Like on the news feed, the music has stopped. I didn't know if that was like a reference, like this is about to tank. Compared to last week when you were trying to put someone under a bridge. Well, that was all positive. That was positive and goofy. I don't think Trump speaking will reverse this upwards trend. So then you're long right now, Ball Beast? He's all right, everybody. If you have a policy of not wanting to be in trades while trade is speaking, I got it. Well, why? Why did you get out? Why did you scalp? That makes no sense. I don't think Trump speaking will reverse this upward trend. Well, then get long and stay long, you dent. What do you mean you're looking for more longs? You just said you don't think he's going to reverse this trend, so get long, brother. Put some money behind those claims, brother. I don't know what's going to happen. That's why I'm on the sideline. I have no idea. But if you don't think that Trump's going to reverse this uptrend, then get long now. What you doing? I will when the time is right. Oh my goodness. So now you're going to risk missing out on a trade. Got 2 more. Hey, thank you, Tim. I appreciate it. Got 2 more Apex using code Clay. Thank you, man. Feeding some hungry kids. Code Clay, feed hungry children. I like a short to 950. And where would your stop loss be, Crypto Cola? Well, I guess first off, where would your entry be? I get it. Your target is 950, fair. So where would you actually get short, and where would your stop be, Crypto Cola? So you've given us one of the 3 numbers. Do you get what I'm getting at, Ball Beast? You clearly don't actually think what you told us you think. Because if you truly thought that, you would already be long. You know what I mean? That's all I was trying to get at. In a halfway entertaining type of way. You clearly have no idea, just like the rest of us. The recent high. Okay, well, what number is that? Crypto Cola. Giving a brief on Epic Fury. All right. Trump said no new wars. Okay, so Trump just said no new wars. Okay, Trump is on. Gotcha. I find Cletus. Yeah, maybe Cletus will show up at some point. I don't know. I am short. And where's your stop at, LD Trad? Okay, well, what is your number? Above high doesn't mean anything. Like when you type in your broker, you can't be like, put it above high. They're going to be like, well, where above the high? All right, Jake is gone. I don't know where this dude came from, but he had plenty of... we'll put him in a timeout. Maybe he'll come back and actually give us a trade plan. But right now, he's just flapping them lips. Also cracked some chestnuts on that. All right. Well, on the bright side, hopefully this won't be like an hour speech or anything like that, and we can all not have to have that hanging over our heads. What are you? I am trading futures, and then a layer down. The type of futures I'm trading right now are the MNQ. So MNQ futures, and then to boil that down even more, since you said you just started trading, I am day trading MNQ futures. Now, I don't mean to insult you, but I don't know how new you are when you say you just started trading. Ken, why am I getting the suspicion that you've been here before? Why am I getting that suspicion? Are you a troll? Can you just, I'll just hit you between the eyes. Are you a troll? Like, do you find trolling entertaining? Okay, I don't think a troll. They've been around since 2006. Okay, not in America, though. What are you in, what, India? No, I'm not talking to you, Jim. I'm talking to Kem. No, it's your other comments you've made. It's your other comments. See, those sort of responses are confirming me. Like, no, of course it's not because of that. Where in India do you live? Hey, good morning, Eric. No stop loss, I'll add more. Okay. So LD Trad has no idea what they're doing. Either that or they're just trolling around. One moment, it's above the high. Now it's I'll add more. Okay. Why'd you assume Indian? Fair question. Because upon a brief look at your profile, I noticed these. Perhaps my own ignorance, but I don't know. I assume this was like some sort of, namaste. I don't even know how to say that stuff. Like, go, yeah. So that's why. You just like the songs? Gotcha. Steve, MES 695. Look at that. Good job, Steve. Nothing but respect. 3 numbers right there. That's a trade plan in real time. Somebody that is opening themselves up to be able to be held accountable, which is nothing but respect. Even if you're wrong and you get stopped out there, Steve, like I said, nothing but my respect. At least you had the courage to do it. Unlike, I can't even remember his name. Jake. The Jakes of the world. Who knows? Maybe Jake will come back after timeout and shock us all with some actual trade plans, but I don't think so. I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. All right. Because I'm a dent, I'm going to go for a long here. I like this consolidation. No, come back. Oh, I missed that. Green done for the day. Hey, congrats. For some reason, I want to call you oh, I think that is your name. Lactic acid. Lactic acid law? Huh? What are you in like working out or something? You were trying to get that lactic acid flowing? Yep. Oh, look at that. Look at that. And it's him deadlifting. Let's go. Nice job, Ace. Red, but done for the day. All right, Thomas. Good discipline to be able to just walk away red. That's not always the easiest thing to do. The week is young. The week is young. What's gold? Is gold's in... Yeah. That 21 EMA is interesting. You can see right here was resistance, although not totally close to it right now. But yeah, gold, just the entire market as a whole, I thought would have just have been moving around a little bit more than what it has. Is there a minimum amount to trade? Nope. No, Bradley. You're putting way too many rules on things, no? Like if you need to have a trading day or whatever to, for example, lock in the 5 days during the test phase, yeah, you can just buy or sell one MNQ real quick and you're good. First time here, I like the vibe. Better than the other channel I was in. Guy was very negative. Well, I can't say that I'm always perfect in that regard. I don't know who you were. Thank you for not mentioning. But in other live streamers' defenses that may have been negative, this is not always the easiest thing to do. Trading can be very frustrating at times. And then when, people show up and they start, the peanut gallery starts, it can, again, I don't know how negative they were being, but to try to be at least somewhat fair to that person, thank you. I'm not trying to say leave, but I don't know, No, he was fine, just complaining. Oh, gotcha. Well, again, to be fair, like I said, I'm sure I will complain. Well, I don't know. Maybe I complain about the last trade I had down here. But anyways, good to have you. The real newspaper. Smacked. Minus 400. It happens, crypto. Hey, disciplined futures trader. I told you they are fine. You told me what? Who is fine? Is this a fake breakout here? Am I about to get short? I think so. 25. Yeah. Maybe this was a fake push to highs. Let's see. Do you show the wins and losses? No, this is all hidden down here. It's hidden. I don't show anything. That red line turns blue. I'm in. I am in. I'm new. No need to be rude. Well, I mean, your whole question was based around the like presupposition that like I'm hiding stuff, or not exactly the most endearing presupposition you built into that question. So yeah, I wasn't trying to be rude per se, trying to be kind of funny, but I can see how you thought that was rude. I guess it was rude in a trying to be entertaining at your expense type of way. But yeah, if you meant it, if you truly meant it totally innocently, then I apologize. I wasn't trying to be rude. I was trying to be entertaining, but still, I suppose technically speaking, at your expense. Come on, break down, go. 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 I don't know what to think of that trade. I don't know. Please hit that like bot. Chancer along at 07 to 60 with stuff. All right, crypto. I like this Crypto Cola guy. Actually giving some trade plans. That's good stuff. Stick around, brother. Even if you're wrong, that's all right. So took a little scalpy scalp on that one, and I had mixed feelings. I'm like, is this like a revenge kind of boredom kind of some sort of trade because Trump is speaking? I'm technically against the trend. Yeah, that's true, but we had this fake breakout candle, so it doesn't, I mean, it made sense to me. In my defense, it did work out fine, but should I have gone for more? I don't know. Mixed feelings on that trade. Trump's done talking? Can somebody confirm Trump is done? Done? See, that's what happens when I tried to talk and read. I was going to say scalping, but I was reading changes where he said, I got a little scalp there. Wait, Trump's not done talking? No, he is still talking. So, Mike, FYI, whatever you're watching is apparently has deceived you. First time stop. Well, it's going all right, I guess. Could be better, could be worse. CNBC, he is not on anymore. Okay, well, looks like, Mike, you have a lesson learned. Just because he's not on CNBC anymore does not mean that he's done talking. To be fair, though, I would have thought that CNBC would play the whole thing. Given this sort of stuff, you would think would apply to the financial markets, but apparently CNBC is like, nah, we don't care. We don't care. Anybody trade the SPY between 11 and... Carlos, why are you trading the SPY? Please don't tell me you're trading SPY options. Carlos, you're not trading SPY. You're not day trading SPY options, are you? Hey, if you're enjoying in any way, shape, or form, hit that like button. Been a while since I threw out that reminder. But I know it may not seem like a whole lot, like it's helping, but it does make a difference. So if you could hit that like button, that would be appreciated. No, he is. Why? Why? Yeah. Well, I'm not saying you can't make money day trading options. I'm saying you're making your life way more difficult than it needs to be. Why deal with theta when you don't have to? That is the main question. For anybody that thinks day trading options is, and maybe for some of you, you're not even aware, but day trading futures is way better than than options. Why? Well, one reason among many others is just there's no theta. There's no theta. They are both contracts. Futures contracts do not have theta. And if you are an options day trader and you're like, well, what's theta? I assure you, you should not be day trading options if you don't even know what theta is. What is your opinion in a good starter future? You mean like a futures prop firm? Theta, exactly. So again, Carlos, my claim is not you can't make money day trading options. That's not the claim. My claim is you are making your life harder than it needs to be. You are working inefficiently. That is my claim. Again, Carlos, you're missing my point. The mere fact that you have to be so precise in your entries is the point. That's great that you've been having success, but that doesn't take away anything from the fact of you have to be super precise. Not to mention, you're risking your own funds anyways. So there's, like I said, the theta thing is only just one attribute. But Carlos is also starting to come across as he ain't here to learn or listen to anything. He's using the logic, I'm making money, therefore I know what I'm doing. Famous last words in the, who said that over the years? Who remembers the AMC apes? Who remembers the GME shorts? Who remembers, just so many people over the years. I'm making money, therefore it's a good idea. All right. Very true about precision. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you acknowledging that I actually did make a valid point. So thank you. All right. Is this another short here? I don't know. If this is just like a new sideways channel, then I suppose it could be a short. If the idea is I'll play it down in there. For you really old timers, what was that one? Colorado. Yeah. I want to say 2015. When did Colorado leave? Yeah, there we go. Is that 2015? No, stop. Oh, man, time flies. 2012. Has it really been 14 years since the pot stock boom? Who was around for the pot stock boom? TLRY, ACB. Who were some of the other big old pot stocks that boomed? Man, 14. Man, I'm getting old. Yeah, ACB, TLRY. What were some other ones? GRCU. Oh, yeah. What was what was that? APHA? Was that APHA? Anyways, same thing back then. I'm making money, therefore I know what I'm doing. And if you try to help them out, shut up, hater. You're jealous. Okay. Yeah, Tilray was TLRY. And that was also, I think, during Wolf of Wall Street when that movie came out. So that's where a lot of people were getting into penny stocks back then. That was before crypto. So before there were the altcoins and all that sort of stuff. Well, I don't know about before crypto, but before crypto became a lot more mainstream. But yeah, those are some crazy times too. Oh, yeah, Canopy. What were they? No, wait, ACP was Canopy, I think. Yeah, I didn't think it was been it was all happening during Colorado because Colorado was the first state, right? CGC, that's it. Yeah, yep. Clay, and you had Dan the scammer on Ignite? I'm not sure what you mean by that one. But anyways, point being, but that's why trading's hard, because trading you can have logical thoughts that are wrong. But how can a logical thought be wrong? Isn't that a contradiction? Maybe. But if you think about it just straight up logically, the goal of trading is to make money. Okay. I am making money, therefore I've met the goal. And because I've hit the goal, which is making money, I am therefore doing it right. That logically makes sense. The problem is the market is a dirty dog where bad, stupid moves can make you money. And then that can give you that false sense of security, false sense of having things figured out. And then the market has a cruel way of destroying you and saying, no, you thought you had it figured out, but you actually don't. Give me my money back. First option I ever bought was on GME 2 weeks before it ran up. Well, hopefully you locked in some profits. Oh yeah, .com, that was before my time. I was still in high school during the what was that, 01 when the bubble popped? So .com I did not experience. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't remember it. Well, what was the ticker symbol of Ignite? I don't remember that one. Profits are loaned from yeah, that is a way to look at it. Yeah, as a new person with a really bad strategy, if you may have profits, but yeah, in some sense that's kind of just a loan. They're gonna get their money back. I actually bought CGC before Nightmare. I sold for 10K profit, ran up to 60K. Well, Mike, there are some people that had 60K and they still didn't take that because hey, it's going higher, and then back down it went. Yeah, like board again. Yeah, that was all before my time. I obviously remember hearing about the .com bubble, but that was, I don't know, how did that work? Were there online brokers at that point? Or was this all happening like you'd have to call on your, can you imagine that though? Like something's crashing. Like we can just be like, all right, out, and we click a button. But like before that, you'd have to call your broker. Did they put you on hold? Can you imagine being on hold while you're, oh my goodness. How good do we have it these days and age? Thank you, Al Gore, for inventing the internet. Clay, technically Al Gore did not. I know. It was a joke. It was a joke. They used to charge $1,700 a month. Stop. No, I don't believe that. No way. That's crazy. If that's true, no, I don't believe it. Somebody, I need sources on that one. $1,700 a month for a Thinkorswim, brother. No. Especially if you look at like inflation, like $1,700 back then is what, like $5,000 these days? Come on, brother. Yeah, I'm gonna need a source on that one. Oh yeah, I remember the $10 a trade. That was like when I entered in. Like it was a big deal when E-Trade, who was like what, $10 a trade, all of a sudden Scott Trade showed up at what, like $6.99, and then Zecco. Who remembers Zecco? All right, well, if this is, and I think I'm prescribing, this is just some sideways chop. Maybe this is a long right here. Maybe let's do this. Let's look for a fake break. No, as it bounces back up. All right, never mind on that long. Going short, 013. All right, we'll see what happens. Oh boy. So what we ultimately have, at least the way I'm kind of seeing some things here. Like a bull pennant here. For you golfers, let's make it a little extra visual. There's the golf hole down here. So to buy the bull pennant breakout or not to buy it, that is the question, at least on my table. Net. They had online brokerages in 1982. Huh. So the 5 is super interesting because, I mean, look at all these lower shadows. All these lower shadows are representing failed bearish moves because the bulls showed back up. So the question is, are the bulls going to show up enough to finally get some sort of push up through? Nancy Tom, what is your strategy? The KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. I'm a baboon. I'm not smart, so therefore I just like some trend lines. I like some candlesticks, some moving averages, and the VWAP. That's pretty much it. I don't have any fancy sounding terminologies. I don't have any cool sounding terms because, again, I'm a baboon. Again, Kem, I answer that question about 4,000 times every live stream. So for my own mental therapy, I need to just take a step back from it. Maybe somebody can help Kem. Yeah, that seems like a doggone it. I'm not missing anything. It just, I don't like the setup. That seemed like a chase. Because remember, where the price is right now started down here. So this move came all the way up here and has been going. So to buy right there, it seemed like it was overextended. I mean, in hindsight, I was completely wrong. I would have been totally fine to buy it. Well, there's the bull pennant breakout. So congrats if people maybe saw it differently and are like, no, Clay, I'm not concerned about that. I'm buying that bull pennant breakout. Good job. The power of independent thinking. Clay, remember how trading in the 60s was? No. I stand corrected. It was not $1,700. Well, what was it? How much was it? I assume it was not free. But yeah, $1,700 seemed like a crazy amount, especially when that was back then before, like, you know, inflation adjustments and all that sort of stuff. Did anybody buy this breakout? Give me a 1 if you bought that bull pennant breakout. I mean, I had it annotated. Give me a 1 if anybody actually bought the breakout. Finn did. Franco did. Self-made. SPX. Goose, come on, brother. You got to get out of those options, man. Nancy. All right, Jacob. Not to be confused with the other Jake. Clay. Yes. The DDB. But I will buy on the pullback here. Actually, let's come down to right there. I like that. Looking for a long at the green line if it wants to come back down. Kind of try to play a back test and go here. Oh, okay. Well, at least you trade both. At least you trade futures. That's definitely that's a sunken cost sunken. I don't know, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that is you're using the sunken cost fallacy. You're saying, well, I spent 2 years doing this, so I might as well keep doing it. That's the equivalent of saying, hey man, I spent 10 years learning how to dig a hole with this shovel, so I'm going to keep using this shovel, even though there's this newer thing called a backhoe that can make my life obviously a lot easier. But because I spent 10 years learning how to use this shovel to dig a hole, I'm just going to keep using the shovel to dig a hole. So sunken cost fallacy. I'm slowly transitioning, Clay. We talking trading here, Goose? We talking trading? That comment needs a little bit of context, brother. Hey, in this day and age, those comments need context. That's all I'm saying, brothers and sisters and Furbies or furries. Oh, from option. Okay, cool. Listen, languages change over time, contexts change. So you gotta just be aware of your surroundings. Always get context. Let's get that minus 600. Neil, I'm going to need you to be a positive encouragement and saying, let's go, Clay. Keep trading discipline, brother. That's what I need you to say. That's what a true accountability partner is not going to say. Hey, top. Still trying to buy at the green line here if it comes back down, but yeah, if these are going to be simply the amounts of the pullback, then I will just have to watch this balloon float away. Oh, JP, silver or nothing. How is silver doing? Or actually, how's oil doing? Oh, good. Love to see it. Love to see it. Come on down, oil. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Again, looking to get long at the green line, so I do need for it to pull back quite a bit more. Oh, look at that. This will mean nothing if you weren't here earlier, but if you were here earlier, I talked about that 21 EMA. Check it out. And I talked about on gold. Might be worth watching. Look at that. Rejection right off of there. So any of you that were here, you noticed that and you traded gold and you took that short. Congrats, especially on gold. That's plenty of wiggle room on gold. Yeah, I did trade gold. That's where that 330, that's a gold trade. But yeah, I was cracking some walnuts on that one. So I think the gold is a little bit out of my comfort zone right now. Oil did good overnight. That's where I made some cash. But then it's going down now. Gotcha. Did you take it, Betty? So now the tricky part for me becomes, am I still looking to play the trend line or the trend line back test? Because the trend line back test has now actually dropped below this kind of congestion point of resistance levels. So it's kind of, that's where things get, now I have choices. Do I still try to play the trend line? Am I going to play that? And it's one of those, choose wisely. Jay Ryder. Where's your picture at, Jay Ryder? You dent? I love when faceless people comment on other people. It's great. It's my favorite. Man, Clay, you've been on YouTube for like 20 years. You look different. I do? After 20 years? No, stop. Stop. No. All right, here we go. Maybe a pullback. Again, looking to get, I think I want to play the trend line. So I'm going to try to put my entry right at the trend line. Wild morning, isn't it? No, not really. Elusive, I was talking about this early. No, yeah, it's wild, but relatively speaking, I was expecting it to be wilder. Wilder. Yeah, I agreed, Cam. So yes, relatively speaking, pretty wild, but given the history we're living through right now, I would have thought a little bit wilder. Really, that's all the pullbacks. Well, if that, like I said, if this is all it's going to pull back, that's still too high for me. If it wants to get a little bit closer to the 21 EMA, I can more seriously consider it. I mean, 800-point swing from red to green. Oh, just from like a broader standpoint, I suppose, yeah, fair. But like day trading wise, I don't know. I just thought it'd be a little bit more crazy. But yes, I agree. If you frame it from that lens, no pun intended, agreed. Hey Clay, what do you average for passing evals? What do you mean? No, Ace, because especially in this day and age, there's plenty. In fact, they probably get more well, I don't know about more. Well, Yeah, maybe not necessarily more, but definitely like a new, a bigger diverse group. Yeah, but there's like, we do homeschool co-ops and stuff. So yeah, they get plenty of interaction with other kids, and to me, the more important thing is adults. Like my kids, I mean, they're not perfect at it, but they can actually talk to adults. You know, if an adult talks to them, they will talk back, not run to the corner. Clay, you stopped fighting random guys on the internet. Oh no, I'm still fighting. Do I need to fight you, Radomir? I'll fight you right now. My dad can beat up your dad. I'm working all market hours today. Just was able to trade last night. Gotcha. Now, what would be pretty spicy is this. If the 21 EMA can catch up to that trend line and I can get like an entry on both as they're essentially on top of one another, that would be exactly fine. It's like the internet is just so, you can just tell. You can tell who's never played a sport in their lives. Wow, those two people don't see eye to eye. Oh, one person has raised their voice a little bit. Wow, look at this fight. It's like, or is it two just people, one a little bit passionate, you know? My dad once returned something without the receipt. That's crazy. You know what my dad once did? He took a VHS back to Blockbuster, did not rewind it. I know. Statute of limitations, you can't call the cops on them anymore. But that's the type of household I was brought up in. So watch yourself. Watch yourself. Okay, I'm going to go for a long right there. I need my safe space. Well, you're in Southern California, Neil. Isn't that like one big safe space? Don't you guys all walk around with bubbles out there? Like, Neil, you're in like one of those big bubbles, aren't you, right now? You're lucky you don't day trade and don't have to deal with work politics and drama. Well, Chivas, you just stick around here long enough. We get some characters on here. You know what my dad did. He died. Well, sorry to hear that, but it comes for us all. What's the saying? There are only two guarantees in life. Death and something else. Does anybody know what the other guarantee is? I'm about to enter and I don't know. That's right. Death and taxes. Those are the only two guarantees in life. Again, looking for a long at the green line here. I love my Southern California bubble. Hey, I will give credit's due. It really just shows the power of weather on a human body. Like, people will put up with a lot of crazy policy. You want to charge me that amount of taxes? Hey, man, if it's 80 degrees every day, have at it. Fair enough. Yeah, for you, Kyle, yep, pretty much. In short, 2050 target. Where's your stop at? I'm a little worried. My bubble is 85 and sunny today. Sounds nice. I like in Florida way better than California. I don't know. The dry heat is a crazy thing. I still remember when my brother-in-law used to work for Google. So we went out to San Jose. And I was working out of his garage. And it was like hot. But I still remember, like, I was not sweating. It was very bizarre. Where Florida, if you're working in a garage in the middle of, like, you're sweating. Oh yeah, yeah. Florida does not have dry heat. Nope. Radimir, I think you've been here before. So what was your previous name that I banned? If you're honest and you tell me, I won't ban you right now. But if you lie and be like, what? I've never been here before in another name, then you're getting banned. That's what I think. Come on, I'm also trying to think, will the price come down here? I'm trying to get long. Trying to use the chat as my distraction right now. Is Trump still talking, by the way? Hey, have a good one, Goose. Move up your buy? You move up your buy. Same as applies, Neil. He's finished talking? Thank you. Tell us that was some that it was an interesting fun fact. I don't think I knew that. All right. Let's see if I can get filled here. Come on. Dude. Dude. Stop. We're not. Well, maybe I'll get another chance. Oh, okay. This. Oh, so. All right. I'll try it again if this move wants to come down right away. Now, if it bounces up too high and comes down, I'm not interested anymore at that point. Ace, you told me right here, you clown. You're like, get along right here. Yes, fair enough. You're fine now, but like, just stop. But by the way, Ace, if you're going to be one of the told you so people, you're gone. Are you one of those I told you so people, Ace? If so, just tell me now. I have no shame in saying it. There is nothing more annoying to a lot, at least for me. I don't know about it the most, but like, it's very annoying when the I told you so crowd shows up. Because, oh yeah, now this would be a failed bounce. Because literally people are mentioning a million things all at once. And when you have that many people saying that many different things, there's always going to be somebody that can show up and say, I told you so. Or I told you. So, if we could all refrain from the, hey, Clay, I told you, it's like, okay. I was just trying to help you. Well, Ace, I say this with all due respect. You trade your strategy, dude. I'll trade mine, and we'll kind of do our own thing. Gold is approaching a pivot point on the 5 minutes, so the frustration is creeping in. Thoughts on TJR? I don't know what TJR is. All right, if it comes down here and comes back up, I'm going to try to grab along here. All right, yeah, let's get Radimir out of here. Okay, okay, I'm going to look to buy at the green line, see if we can get a bounce here off of the 21 EMA. So if it comes back up to the green line, like I said, I'll look to get long. Unless it's going to keep on. Well, here's the trend line. So if I still want to go, all right, never mind now on that. It's concerned. Do I try the trend line back test here? Maybe so. What is TJR? Car Keisha. Thoughts on TJR? I don't know what TJR is. All right, I'm going to try it. If that green line turns blue, I'm in. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I could have... Again, please do not mention other people on here. Not because everybody else other than me is bad, but because I do not know the vast majority of people. And I don't want to risk having my chat turn into a funnel to funnel people to somebody that is just garbage. Not to mention, even if I did have thoughts on somebody, because I knew who you were talking about, most people I don't know, I'm not going to give you thoughts. I'm not looking to enter into the world of drama. Go. Go. Come on. Let's get this bounce going here. There we go. There we go. Keep bouncing. Keep bouncing. All right, let's make sure this is at least a winning trade now. Oh, come on. Hit that next target. Thank you. Okay, so this will, like I said, this will be a green trade, or yeah, green trade. That'd be great if I hit that target right there. See, Ace, you play this your way, I'll play it my way. We can both make money, brothers. You did a scalpy scalp. Come on, brother. All right, at this point, I think if it comes up here, I can get more. So I'm going to just move that up. Let's move this up some more. If I don't get it, oh well. But yeah, at this point, if it can clear up through these couple. So we have basically a triple top right now. We have a high right there, high right there, high right there. So if it pushes, yeah, if I have to push through it, but I can get even more from it. So let's do that. Let's move this up here some more. Oh, I'm about to get stopped out. Again, will still be a green trade. Just trying to figure out how big of a green trade. Stopped out there. All right. Clay, you remember Sponge Tech? Of course, SPNG. What a scam that thing was. Wow, okay. And then that quickly right back down. Hey, we need to get 19 more likes in the next 4.5 minutes. So for anybody that's new here, as a dad of 6 kids, I was like, am I going to say that right? Yeah, dad of 6 kids, I want to manage my time wisely. So in other words, I just want to make sure that people are enjoying what I'm doing. If they're not, that's okay. I'll just be done doing that thing. So when it comes to the live stream, well, Clay, how do you determine if people are enjoying what you're doing? Well, that's where the like button comes into play. It's a very valuable metric for me. So if you are enjoying this in any way, shape, or form, and you want the party to continue beyond the 2-hour mark, I've learned that a metric we should be able to have is that 200 likes. So if you are, again, like I said, enjoying in any way, shape, or form, now would be the time to hit that like button. And in the spirit of helping me manage my time. Hey, all right, 214. The party shall continue. Oh, you've been around a while then, Ills85. Yes, Sponge Tech was a classic. I mean, if you traded it and didn't marry it, you could have made a lot of money on that thing. I'm trying to find another. Yeah, Karkisha. I would say a lot of people, at least in my private community, after they, they get their Take Profit Trader all maxed out with the 5 accounts, blah, blah, blah. A lot of them like Tradeify or Lucid. But that doesn't mean that'll fit you because I don't know anything really about your strategy and all that sort of stuff. And obviously Apex made a bunch of rule changes today, so maybe that suits you. I don't know. All right, maybe. And it's just kind of cruising up above its former breakout point. So maybe another long here taking shape. Maybe I'm being too much of a nitpick here, but I was hoping to see it first come down here, hit the yellow line, and then start to come back up, and then I could take a swing at it. There you go, Kim. There's my thoughts on that. Please leave that name out of here for sure. No, I'm not. Long when it breaks 21-day EMA. And then where's your stop going to be? So it looks like you are long now. So where's your stop at? Your abundance? Yeah, I realize. No problem, Kim. I realize you didn't mean anything by that. At 76. All right. Wait, what? At 76. Like this 76 way down here? Yeah, I would say between like the crypto market and then micro futures, those were both basically the death kneels to the penny stock market. Yeah, penny stocks are still a thing, but not like it used to be. All right, we're back at this kind of like a little triple top right here, as I was talking about earlier. When I had my position, I was hoping we could get through, this area right. Basically that resistance, that resistance, that resistance, that resistance. So if it can push through, maybe we get some more upwards pressure. We'll see, I suppose. Yeah, just not a fan. Not a fan. Some of it is a personal grudge, I'll admit that, which I think does reveal a lot about management's approach and thought process of things. But yeah, I don't want to get, like I said, I'm not here for the drama. What do I think about furries? Well, that's a very complicated question. Long. Do I go long here? That would be, like I said, clearing through these 4 points of resistance with a target to the highs, if not higher. I don't know. It's just not sure I can trust it. Maybe I should, but I'm hesitating right now. There it goes. Another rejection. All right, so basically 56. In fact, I would say this is worthwhile. Okay, this trend line here, I'm just going to move up now at this point. Right there. Ooh, boy. Oh, man, for me, that is a question on the table. I guess some of you are saying, well, Clay, why don't you short right there? That's a fair point, too. Seems like all it does there is get rejected. My stop loss, 93, I'm going to short. All right, I like it. Ills 85, nothing but respect. Mapping out the trade plan ahead of time. I think I'm going to try it. I could very well be about to get suckered in here. But man, I'm going to try along at that green line if it can clear up through this area of resistance right here. The more it consolidates and goes sideways, especially if we can get some higher lows in here, I think it makes sense. But it doesn't mean it'll work out. So. All right. If that green line turns blue, I am long. Well, would be nice if it now just kind of maybe goes a couple more sideways candles, stays above the 21 EMA. Nice little bounce from it right there. I don't know if it's going to have enough. But let's see. If you get filled, you will be green for at least... Really? Dang. Can I borrow your crystal ball? That's crazy. Well, how long? How long will I be green for? Can you define at least a bit? Are we talking like a second or 7 seconds? Does your crystal ball tell you that? I mean, that's amazing that I'm going to be green. That I will be green. That's fantastic. 0.074. 0.074 seconds? Is that what you're saying? Four minutes and 32 seconds? Oh, that's a long time I'll be green. Okay, so if it's going up to 0.074. Okay, so if it does not go up here, I can ban you for lying to me. Is that fair? I'm going to put my target right there. So you're saying if I get filled there, it'll go up there for it will go up there? Is that what you're saying? Sure. Okay. There we go. Why people feel the need to talk in a way as if they know something, I don't know. It's crazy. Their bosses at work need to give them a little bit more attention, apparently. They're craving attention. They're craving validation. Give it to them, boss at work. Give it to them. All right, let's see if we can get the break up through there. If that green line turns blue, I am in. I am in. Let's see if we can get some momentum. Unless I just got suckered in. Wow, this is amateur hour. Oh, goodness. Here we go. You told me I'd be green for a bit. How come I'm not green yet? Hello? Abundance frequency? If you get filled, you will be green for at least a bit. Okay, to be fair, I guess I was technically green for like a fraction of a second. He's not wrong. I was green for like a tick. What does he need a stop loss for? He said I would be green for at least a bit, and he said, yeah, a bit is 0.74 up here. Any reason for not putting a stop loss? Yes. So I love how as soon as he saw it not working out, he's like, what is this, amateur hour? So I'm an amateur all of a sudden. But now what he's waiting is if it comes down, he'll be like, yeah, that was an amateur trade. You should not have gotten in. It's like, wait. But if it comes up here, we all know he'll be like, see, I told you so. So, I mean... Why am I complaining? Because he told me I'd be green for a bit. He told me I'd be up at 0.074. That's why. He told me. Wait, Simon, are you telling me that guarantees don't exist? Is that what you're telling me? That's why I'm complaining, because he said I would. Not I might. Not there's a chance. He said I would, Simon. Wait, no. Does Simon say that there's no guarantees? This is a nice looking candle here, though. Man, I just learned something today. Simon says, don't trust people. You're not allowed to complain about trusting people that told you a guarantee was going to happen in the market. I am deciding if I want to maybe add. Because this is, like I said, it's still building higher bases. It's respecting that 21 EMA. This is oh so risky, but I like it enough where I'm going to add. I'm going to buy 5 more right there. But only right there, because if I can get filled right there, we're going to be looking at yet another very nice candle. Okay, I'm in. Come on. Keep pushing. Push, 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 push. Come on. Keep going, brother. Okay, my stop is now in the green, so this will be a green trade. Now just trying to figure out how big of green. Got another one. Okay, now we wait for what's his name to show up. Say, I told you so. 1 minute's the amateur hour, and now it's I told you so. Let's see. I don't even remember the guy's name. What was it? Keep going, brother. Keep pushing. Again, will be a green trade. Just trying to figure out how big of a green trade. Wait. Oh, no. I got 5 here. 5. There we go. Come on. Keep pushing up. Give me that break to new highs. Just in case there's a spike. Stop loss so tight. Because I want it to be a green trade, Jobo. You do your strategy. Let me do mine, Jobo. We don't need the peanut gallery here. Yeah, maybe for you and your strategy, it's too tight. But not for me. And especially not given the circumstances of my day, where I unfortunately gave some back. Fair enough. All right, Jobo. Thank you for seeing my perspective. Welcome, by the way. I don't recognize the name. Great to have you. And I am... stopped out there. Okay. MNQ. All right, I will give, what was it? Whatever that person's name was, they did not show up and say I told you so. So they must have just completely bailed to come back. But there we go. Glad I trusted it. Glad I added. In hindsight, maybe I should have taken a few more up. But no, I wanted to give it a chance. It still may come up here, but... What do you mean you're setting up over 13,000? How did you make $13,000? Like today? Or have you slowly been building that? Will NQ go down 100 ticks in the next hour? Why, Andre, why do I have this sneaky suspicion that you're holding and hoping right now? Are you holding and hoping a position right now? Why do I get that? Why do I get that impression? He doesn't. That was what made that so funny. He looked at my point and was like, okay, man, if you get filled, you're going to be green for a bit. In other words, okay, I guess that was good. And then I get filled. He's like amateur hour. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Welcome to the internet. Well, I have no idea where we're going to be in the next hour. I am a day trader. I put zero brain power into where we will be in an hour from now. As a day trader using, a scalper, whatever you want to call me, I'm just trying to figure out where the price is going to be in the next like 5 minutes. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you caring about where the price is at in the next hour. I'm just saying for my strategy, irrelevant. Therefore, I put zero brain power into it. Therefore, you don't want to really have my opinion on that. These trending days, that's funny. But that's fine. Some people be like, what are you talking about? So in other words, hedge funds, he likes those range days. Other people like myself, man, those things kind of drive me nuts. Is T-Pet cooked? What is T-Pet? I commend you for trying to trade. Yeah, I try my best. I'm not always perfect at it. Can you explain your strategy? Yeah, the KISS method. I'm trying to keep it simple, stupid, because I'm a baboon. I'm a very dumb individual. Therefore, all my baboon brain can handle are some candlesticks, some moving averages, some trend lines, and the VWAP. I have zero cool sounding terminology because I am stupid. So I need to keep it simple for myself. The KISS method. Dude, I mean, just who cares? Let's say you take the $13,000 and they send you to pro. Like, congrats. And that's only on one account, right? That you still have 4 other accounts that they want to put you on live for. You shouldn't talk that way to yourself. What, I shouldn't be honest with myself? I should lie to myself, big stick? No, man, I got to keep it honest. TPT is an oil penny stock that made... Oh, brother. My thought on TPET is why you have any attention on TPET. That would be my thought on that one. Penny stocks are a thing of the past. The invention of micro futures was should have been game over for penny stocks, and then you factor in prop firms, and penny stocks make zero mathematical sense. How would you explain what is happening to indexes recently based on politics? The same thing as always. It's a battle of sellers versus buyers. That's all it is. Josie Wells says a man's got to know his limitations. I put 30K in a CRCL at 58. Like, are you talking in investing? Are you talking swing trading? Or are you talking day trading? If you're talking day trading, good grief. 30K is, that's a lot of capital that is kind of not necessary. What's your opinion? As a day trader, I don't know. I don't care. Like I said, I'm literally trying to figure out the next 5-10 minutes. And my advice is I don't follow your strategy. You know your strategy better than I do. It would be very arrogant of me to assume that I would know your strategy better than you do, and then to try to give you advice on your strategy. Like that's very ignorant, or that's very arrogant on my part. But no, I am assuming that you would understand your strategy better than I would know it. So as far as my advice, follow your strategy and follow your strategy's rules. If you're like, well, Clay, I don't have a strategy or rules. Well, read between the lines then. Read between the lines on that one. Is it forming a cup and handle pattern? Yeah, I could see that. Cup, handle. Now, how you trade the cup and handle, many ways to look at that, but well, I mean, elusive lens, I would take that payout, man. How do you not take a $13,000 payout? Good for you. That's fantastic. Well, that 21 EMA, I doubted it. I was like, I don't know. Is it really going to continue to hold? And it did. It did. So I got that wrong. I didn't really vocalize it, but I was watching. I didn't really trust it, but I got that wrong. That would have been a beautiful bounce off that 21 EMA again, but it is what it is at this point. I am thinking maybe a short up around this white line. So I guess, I don't know. If that's the first top, that's the second. So in a sense, maybe I'm looking here to play a triple top. We'll see what happens. What's oil doing? Is it still dropping down? Let's see. Well, I don't know if anybody here is trading oil, but you got to think that a lot of people have drawn a trend line pretty similar to that right there. And if you kind of look at this from more of a bigger picture, so we have this lower trend line, we have this area across the top, then we have, something like this, depending on how you want to draw it. So kind of a bigger picture bear pennant right now on oil. And as somebody that enjoys lower gas prices, I would love to see this trend line get destroyed and then just have it keep going down. I do not hold Bitcoin. Nope. I am not in the crypto space. I prefer. I'm in real estate, so I prefer land over crypto, because I can play on my land. I can grow some food on land. Has anyone taken payouts on Lucid? I've traded my friend. Yeah, I'm not sure, Brad. And land can't get hacked by quantum computer. Well, I mean, anything's got its risks, but yeah, I at this point in my life, like I mentioned earlier, I have 6 kids. They're all like, the oldest is 13, youngest is 2. I just want to form memories. It's hard to form memories on a Bitcoin, right? But if it's a piece of land, you can form some memories on land. Hey, Brenner. Hey, how many different EMAs are currently out there to use? How many different EMAs and unlimited? There is an unlimited amount, right? Because SMA is just an average over a certain period of time. I don't know if you could do a 1.5. Could you do a 1.5 EMA? But yeah, they're unlimited, because you could start at a 1. I suppose maybe there's a setting that would be like, no, you cannot do the 8,877,432 EMA. Super late reminder to talk about your day. I already did it at the 11 a.m. mark, Reward. You know what? I never did look at the timestamp, though. Probably around the 15-minute mark. Okay, hey, Andre, did I give you... Okay, I'm starting to think Andre is not... Hey, Scott. Again, Andre, you do your strategy. If you don't have a strategy, then you shouldn't be trading. It's quite simple. The way I look at it is you're only one trade away from blowing up if it's a... Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we had somebody do that in the private community. They got a payout on Friday, but they didn't take the entire payout. They left some behind for buffer, and that account today was lost. So it was like, okay, well... But that, again, that's everybody. I suppose everybody's different, but to me, it's a question of if you go on tilt, how bad is your tilt? And I'm gonna have $5,000 and I'm gonna leave $5,000 in my account, so I have a little bit of a buffer. It's like, yeah, well, does tilt get bad enough where $5,000 won't save you? And for me, yeah, if tilt gets really bad, because I'll know what I'll do is I'll look at that buffer and be like, well, screw it, I still got buffer left. Well, screw it, I still got buffer left. And what in theory could have been a $50,000 buffer, like that's just going to give me the screw it, I still have buffer left, voice. So, to me, it's just like, no, I'll just take the money. I don't know if it's going to make it, but we're trying to reach 25,100. So are you long right now, Shawnee? I just keep enough buffer to keep the... Yeah. It appears I came at the right time. You're giving lessons again. I like your simplicity but solid thought process. Yeah. Well, Scott, if you enjoy the lessons, code Clay to keep those lessons coming. Code Clay, all caps. Feed some hungry kids. Qatar just shot down 2 Iranian bombers. Yeah? No offense, but I'm always a little skeptical when people just say stuff in the chat. And I will say this, shout out to Grok. Well, I don't know. Let me ask this first. Is Grok pretty reliable? If Grok is reliable, that's X's AI. Man, that thing is useful because I've seen several videos now where then you click on, the people that are always asking, hey, Grok, is this real? And man, I want to say like probably 8 out of 10 videos I've seen on Twitter, Grok's like, no, this is not real. It's biased. Short now? I don't know, Brenner. What's your strategy? Anyways. No, that's just the function of how the screen. I can't get... Trust me, if I could have this being moved over here, I would. But it's just where it is. I guess I could not use the webcam, but I think a webcam from a business standpoint makes this a little bit more personal. And if people feel a little bit more personal, then I think that would help grow the stream. Anyways, so can anybody confirm, did Qatar shoot down 2 planes? I saw U.S. planes got shot down by friendly fire. They shot down. Okay, gotcha. Chuck Norris knocked him down. Now, that's the most credible thing I've heard. That one, I believe. I don't even have to fact check that one. Rising wedge? No. I mean, if anything, this is like a... Yeah. Rising wedge has the upper part going up. Any shorts soon? I don't know. Again, you'll have to ask it, but anybody ask me, hey, what are we doing here? What are you looking to do? If you're asking that because you don't know what to do and you just plan on blindly following you, please find another live stream. I would like independent thinkers here. Now, if you're asking like, hey, Clay, this is what I see. This is what I'm thinking. What are you thinking? And then I'll either agree or disagree with you because I'm an independent thinker. That's way different. But if you're asking because you don't want to think for yourself at all, I don't think we're going to be a good fit. Bearing expanding triangle. Huh? I'm in shorts right now. Where's your stop at, Connor? Yeah, sorry, it's not you, it's me. No, in this case, it's you. It is definitely you. If you're like not, if you're just want to be a lazy person. Clay, wasn't that deep, bro. I just want money. Okay, so in other words, you don't want to think for yourself. Right, Momo? Hey, man, I just want money. Are you getting short there or not? Because if you are, I'm going to go short because I just want money, bro. That's essentially what you're saying, right? I mean, if you want money, bro, then go trade your strategy. But bro, I don't have a strategy. Well, then yeah, that's what I mean. This is my breakup with you. I don't think we're gonna get along. Yeah, I don't care about thinking. Okay, well then go to somebody else's live stream. You lazy. The market will enjoy taking your money. Would have been a win short though. Well, you should have gotten short then. See your lack of independent thinking just cost you a trade. Do I keep this trend line out? I don't know. Does the market, with the market, okay, if I do that, I could see the market, if I make that little adjustment. Yeah, all right, I'm going to keep it out there based on that. I don't know if it's necessarily going to drop down in that area, but just from a kind of broad curiosity standpoint, I'm going to keep that line out there. Hey, if you're enjoying, hit that like button. It helps. I know it's a very easy thing to do, so you may be thinking, what does it matter? There's no way it actually has any impact. It does. It helps. So if you could hit that like button, I appreciate it. Hi, please tell us 2 or 3 indicators that you most use. Candlesticks, trend lines, and moving averages. All right, Thomas, I appreciate it. Nice trade plan. All right, have a good one, Scott. You're down 402. Yeah, well, on my MNQ trading, yes. This is the same account. These are NQ trades. These are my MNQ trades. And then that is a GC trade. I got punched in the face pretty good on that move right here. I got short, then I added. So at that moment in time, I was, good grief. There we go. All right, this moment in time, I was feeling good. I was feeling real good, and then ba-boom, that happened. So I will say this, I'm glad I stopped out, because if I didn't stop out on the short side, yeah, that move right there, that's Cook City. What do you think about liquidity swing plus IFVG strategy? I think it belongs right next to the toilet paper. Why are you not copy trading 5? Because I don't want to copy trade. I'm a slow. I'll eventually get to copy trading. In which case do you use time and sales? I don't use time and sales. I have this over here just because I know some people do like it, do use it. So I have it over there just as a reference point for them. The orangutan knuckle. Something like that. All right, thinking about a long right here. Let's come down, respected that purple line. This is not Ninja Trader, so I cannot help you there. Okay, I'm long. Long at the blue line. Out. Putzing around too much. Getting up extra early tomorrow morning to trade it and watch the moon turn red. All right, that sounds like a plan. Purple line is the 50 period simple moving average. 50 SMA. No. I like it. Yes, thanks. You're welcome, Michael. See, now getting along here has me worried because technically this was a green candle. It was looking good, and now it's failing. So do I want to be buying after a failed kind of attempted breakout? Probably not. Yeah, did ice cream floats? What is your... I use both SMA and EMA. What would be wild is if... Because eventually this trend line here will match up with both these areas down here. The orange line is the previous session closed. Pink line is the overnight high. But we still got... I don't know. That's probably like still maybe 10, 15 minutes away. Non-farm payroll. Oh, is it? Yeah, usually that's a red folder event for the prop firms. And that's also, if I remember right, usually an 8:30 Eastern announcement. But yeah, can't say I even... I mean, I did look at the economic calendar for today, but I didn't look at it at all for the week. My mind was so like, oh man, how crazy is it going to be at the open? And it really wasn't that crazy, given the historical context we're living through right now. Excuse me. Trump says U.S. sank 10 ships in Iran strike. All right. No news even for TPT today. What do you mean by that? Oh, you mean like emails? Because usually they send out a daily email. Friday, 8:30. Okay. What's that one? Went up almost 300 points at the open. Yeah, besides, yeah, that morning move, that was big, but I don't know. I just thought there would have been more. Because after that, it kind of got a little choppy, and then that was kind of all she wrote. Oh, man. Do I try a long here? 5 minute looks nice. This purple line here is doing a great job of holding strong, and maybe I hop back in. Yeah, exactly. Given the fact that there's, what's going on in the world, I thought even today, like I said, I'm not saying today was slow. I just thought it would be crazier. Yeah, the 5 minute looks good. I think I'm going to have to try a long here. See if it gets down to that purple line. Okay, looking to get long at the green line. Friday's action was crazy. I don't even remember Friday. Was Friday crazy? All right, never mind on that. Trump said war is going to last for like almost like it. Well, yeah. I mean, Trump realizes the market does not like uncertainty. It's not necessarily the war that a market would have problems with. It's always about where is the certainty at, right? Because as soon as you have some sort of number you can work with, then you can start to manipulate, okay, what's going on here? But if like, oh, I have no idea. I have no idea. That's what freaks markets out. So yeah, maybe he is when he's given timetables, just so he's like, listen, market, there is no uncertainty here. So don't freak out. Don't freak out, markets. I'm not saying I have no idea how long this is gonna go. That blue spinning circle does not have me feeling very confident, but there we go. It's gone now. Okay. On the 5-minute here, we are approaching the 21 EMA. So maybe that might be some sort of bounce area. I'm watching. No. Why would AI destroy us? What is AI doing? They're trading the price. What does a chart monitor? The price. Okay, here's a quick quiz question. Let's just assume it's like AI's out there everywhere. And here we have this level at 100. And then watching the chart, we notice this. Okay, what do you think the AI is doing? Again, we're sitting back, we're watching the chart. We're watching, and the chart is just price action, and this is what we see. What do we think? What is the AI doing? What would you say? What is your suspicion there that the AI is doing? It amazes me how many people like. If it were me, I would say, "Oh, it's looking like AI wants to buy at 100." That would be my conclusion. It looks like AI wants to buy at 100. Maybe I'm just stupid, but to me, that's what I see. AI wants to buy at 100. Okay. So under my assumption, are there any ways that you think, like, let's put our brains together. How could we make AI money off of AI if this is what we noticed about AI? Any ideas of how we could make money from AI by noticing what AI is doing right here? Any ideas? Like, I have an idea, but I don't want to share my brilliant idea before you guys give your thoughts. Again, I have a genius idea of how I can try to make money from AI based on what I see here. Oh, we got some other geniuses in the room here. Yes. Believe it or not, I'm not smart, but I would say, and maybe this doesn't make sense, I'm going to look to like buy right there. Maybe like 101, 150. That's what I would look to do. I would look to buy right there, and then I'd be like, you know what? And let's put my stop loss down there. Again, maybe that's really stupid, but that's how I would try to make money off of AI if that's what I noticed AI was doing. Do you see why charts are awesome? Because all charts are doing is telling you the price. That's why, no, I'm not scared of algorithms. I'm not scared of, the one thing that nobody can hide from is the chart, right? From the fundamental standpoint, you can cook the books. But like, that's why in penny stocks, charts are so valuable. When the CEOs are like, what, I'm not doing anything. We're a healthy company. And the stock's just dropping. No, look at these numbers. They look great. Dropping. Well, yeah, because behind the scenes, they're dumping shares. They're diluting the price, right? If you have any experience with penny stocks, dilution, you're well familiar with that word. So, but you can't hide from the chart because the chart is just telling you the price action. So you can say all this stuff about how we're not selling anything. Things are great. Yeah, but why is the price just dropping straight down? Now, obviously, in penny stocks, who gets blamed? Oh, it's the naked shorts. It's amazing over the years how many times the naked shorts just turned out to be, oh no, that was just the company dumping. I'm kind of interested in a potential short that's got my attention, but at the same token, I don't want to be shorting right around that 21 EMA in the 5-minute, so I'm a little skeptical. Oh yeah, Jordan Belfort, exactly. Oh, okay, okay. Jobo, who are you? What was your previous name? Be honest. You just created your screen name today. You showed up out of nowhere and you're just chatting it up like you've been here before. Who are you? I won't ban you because you have clearly turned over a new leaf and you're not being obnoxious. But who were you before, just out of my pure curiosity? Again, I'm not gonna ban you again. You are not annoying. I was just like, man, this guy is talking a whole lot as somebody that I've never seen before. And then when I check your screen name and you literally just created it today, I mean, let's go. Just be honest. Who were you? No, tell me. You have my word. I will not ban you because you are not being obnoxious like you were. You in one way or another, you were being obnoxious when you got banned. Like, who were you previously? I'm curious if I can remember. Now, if you lie to me here, that's where you're going to get banned. Because now, all of a sudden, you're lying. I wasn't banned. Promise. I don't know if I believe that. A little suspicious. A screen name created today, and you are just showing it up, chumming it up like you've been here for a long time. Well, right there is why I'm glad I did not get short, because that would have been cooked. Long at 010. No! Oh, Drew, you missed it. So close yet so far away, Drew. Good idea, but yeah, dang. Wow, okay, okay. All right, Jobo, all right. Hello from Belgium. Hey, welcome, Luke. Good to have you. And then right off of there, but clock 20 on the short. Congrats. 21 on the 5-minute appears to be solid. No, I mean, I mean, in my definition, I'm not saying you're wrong, Frank, but my definition of solid would be like the price bounces beautifully off of it. But like on the 5 minutes, it's these fake breaks can get tricky, right? Like, yeah, it's solid in the sense of it is maintaining, but like this is not clean. When the price snaps below it, acts like it's broken, and then comes back up. Snaps below it, act like it want to be come back. A clean. My definition of clean would be like right there. This is clean action. Like, look at that. That's clean. Right off it. That's clean. Right off of it. Oh, that's clean. It's using soap there, boy. That's the 21 EMA using soap. Look how clean that is. Granted, you did not use the word clean. You said solid. Anyways, that's what I would consider solid. Shorting again, keeping stop long and not looking to assault. All right, Connor. Is this a short? I don't know. Glad to be here. Well, James, good to have you. I use every exist indic. Okay, newbie. I'll assume that's rage bait. So I'm not gonna fall for it. Not gonna fall for it. All right, I'm gonna get short here at the red line. Stop is right there. So very basic. Oh, all right. Never mind. I actually wanted to get up a little bit higher, but that's okay. Put out some targets there. Love the candle here. Let's see if it can deliver here for me, though. Gonna have my first couple of targets right here. Good. Let's make sure this is now a winning trade. So this will be a green trade. Just a question now of how big of a green trade, because I don't know how far down this thing wants to go, which is a good problem to have. Come on, hit that next one. Thank you. Oh, crap. No. All right. I'm good. Try to get some more on this one now. Come on. But I can get a little right there. There we go. Okay, this will be a green trade. Now just trying to figure out how big of a green trade, like I said, because I don't know how far down this will go. So this is the sweet spot of trading, right? I have no idea how far down this will go. Therefore, logic says I don't know how much money I'm going to make. And that's a very good spot to be in. So I'm going to just let this thing now work for me. Bring down my stop a little bit more. You know, at this point, I don't know. Let's just move it down here. Let's look for a break of these lows. I will definitely have to take one out down here, though. No, go down. Keep coming down. Now, this is going to be tricky at this point because the 5-minute is looking very good for a long. I mean, this 21 EMA, it's been problems. It could be a problem again. So I'm not expecting it to come down here. But if it does, that would be an amazingly pleasant surprise. There we go. I'm just going to set my next target down there. You should have listened. I'm in short right now. All right, so Momo, you're just a troll then? Is that fair? Will you just fess up? I mean, I'm literally short right now making money like you should have listened. So which just tells me you're not actually paying attention. You're just typing. I just explained. You should have listened. I am short right now, man. I'm making money. Which tells me you're just saying stuff, right? Apologies, bro. Okay, well, I don't know. I'll put it this way. You're on the troll watch list. Yeah, anyways, and the fact that you're one of these I told you so people, I mean, that's not a good look also. So yeah, it's not a good look really anyway across the board right now. I'm about to get stopped. You're not paying attention, and then you thought it would be cool to just like try to rub somebody in somebody's face. Like, I told you so, you should have listened. So like, you are a troll then, right? In fact, yeah, that's all timeout worthy. The more I think about it, we'll give them 30 minutes. We'll see if they come back with a new attitude. If they're never back again, no sweat off our back. And if they are back again and behaving the same way, that's when it becomes open season for the mods. Total troll, yeah, it looks like one. So that one worked out fine. Again, as I was saying over here, that 21 EMA, it's been a problem. Another fake breakdown below there. But hey, you know what? One of these breaks I thought might be the real one. That's why I wanted to give that thing a chance, but... Okay, Neil put in timeout. I've already asked him to please be a good support system. And he goes and continues to try to have me trade the P&L. That's no good. Hello, just found you by an accident. What was the accident? What were you searching when you found me? Good trades today? Yeah. Yep. Cannot say that I've gone on tilt or anything like that, so all good trades. Not all green trades, but all good trades. Wait, doesn't green mean it's good? Red mean it's bad? No. Nope. Red trades can also be good. It's not a function of if you made money or not. It's a function of did you follow your rules. I use 10 and 20 EMA. Cool. Yeah, got to use what's best for you. From South Africa. Very cool. Well, good to have you here. Just hit the homepage on YouTube and your channel appeared streaming. Cool. Well, hey, shout out to YouTube algorithm for spreading the news. Maybe newbie, I don't know. Next trade I'm interested in is down around here. Wait. No, stop. Is this actually... Okay, this will only mean more to those of you that were here when I made this comment. No, hey. Oh, what? I didn't mean to do that. Okay, I was talking about... So this trend line has quite the history on the stream. And a while ago, I was like, oh man, how nice would it be if the price were to come down here when the trend line was also at this congestion area. And here we are. Here we are. I am going for a long right there, and I'm going for bigger size, but I like that a lot. I like that a lot if we can get down to that area. Kind of a triple whammy of supports. Does not mean it'll bounce, but I'll take a swing at it. Same for you. You came up as a YouTube suggestion. Cool. Thank you, Gry. I appreciate that feedback. Yeah, well, thank you, YouTube. I don't know what I did to all of a sudden have the algorithm start to spread the word, but I'll take it. Cool Rav. Yeah, that's weird. Found you by the YouTube algo too. Good stuff. Are you here on the open? No, I start every day at 11 a.m. Eastern. 11 a.m. Eastern. Usually I'm here early, but before 11 a.m., which is why I always say make sure you not only subscribe, but turn on notifications. But yeah, I'm here Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. And then usually I go, assuming likes keep, moving upwards, because I use likes to gauge interest levels. So assuming as people are staying interested, again, gauged by interest or by the like button, then yeah, usually I'm here for about 4 hours. So on that note, please hit that like button if we want to keep the party going. Man, brother-in-law just texted me his company that he works for just laid off between 400 to 500 people on Friday. He's like, man, I survived it, but good grief. It's a crazy world to be in right now. Okay, I'm going to come down there. Okay, here we go. Don't make me look stupid, charts. And if the green line turns blue, I'm in. We have the overnight high here. We have the previous session previous session open here. No, I can't remember. Is it previous session open or close? Anyways, and we have the trend line. Previous session close. And my stop will be right there. Square laid off 40. The workforce replacement with 40%. Oh, that was the company I saw. And then their stock boomed the next day, which it goes to show. Whoa, where did that come from? Do you guys see that, or is that just me? That just kind of popped out of nowhere, didn't it? Okay, and here we go. Approaching. Okay, we got a big old clump of supports here. Will they behave as supports? Nobody knows that, but I would not consider this some sort of No, don't be. It essentially bounced off of the overnight high. Oh, see, well, he chose poorly. That's also one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's great when you have multiple ones, but at the same time, it's like, great, now I got to pick. Like, which one do I choose? So if anybody chose the overnight high as your entry, fantastic. You just got a great bounce in your favor. I'm still going to try. As long as this thing doesn't get... So on the next candle here, what I want to see is, like, wherever the candle closes, I want to see it drop immediately. I do not want to see it come up and then come down. So we're still in the ball game. But again, this next candle, unless this candle comes all the way down. But this next candle, I don't want to see it head up very much at all. In my ideal world, filled with puppy dogs and Sour Patch Kids, the candle closes here and immediately comes down. And I'm watching this timer right here. These are 2-minute candlesticks. So we have about 15 seconds, 14, 13, before this candle here is done moving. So that's what this countdown timer is telling us. These are 2-minute candles. So each candle moves for 2 minutes. Okay, here we go. Almost at zero. Again, neck, come straight down. Do not go up. Straight down. There, okay, good, good, good. No, no, straight. Come on, come down, come down. There we go. There, good, good. Again, this does not mean it'll work, but it's giving me the... Come on. Good, I'm trying to play that trendline back test. Maybe you're saying, Clay, dude, I think I'm just going to get in here. Hey, the power of independent thinking. You might be right. But who knows? If this thing dumps, then I'm going to be glad that I got in here and stopped out there because, you know, I would have a smaller loss than you getting in up here and getting stopped out down here. But that, again, on the flip side, if this thing bounces, I'm going to be sitting here like, well, you got in, I didn't get in. So, MACD at 5. People still use the MACD? That's crazy. I mean, I'm not saying you're crazy for using it. I just didn't realize people still use the MACD. How is that the overnight high? I don't know. I don't understand. What do you mean by high? Or I'm sorry, what do you mean by how? My overnight high? Well, I don't know then. This is just what my platform's telling me. Again, the overnight high is the key thing, not the high of the day, the overnight high. Come on, will you come down and fill me? Hey, P. Shenanigan. Again, I'm risking about 5 points on it, so even if I'm wrong, I'll be okay. Again, I want to see this come down. No, I don't want to see this come up and then come down. I want to see this thing work its way down. So, okay, I still got to bring it down a little bit. Also, there we go. This overnight, maybe the overnight high, because that's right there it bounced off of. Again, if you're already in, hey, I hear you. You're thinking, no, Clay, I don't disagree with this whole trendline thing. I want in right now. Fair enough. And you know what? Maybe you're going to be completely correct, which, again, illustrates the whole power of independent thinking. Why are you reading my deleted comment? What? What's the name of that indicator for over on there? I'm not sure. Bitcoin, sir. Is Bitcoin doing terrible? Why are people asking about Bitcoin? It's like the bag holders are coming out saying, hey, is this going to come back up? Let's see. Oh, no, Bitcoin's doing well. Who cares? Then what do people... Oh, well, again, the power of independent thinking. For those of you that were like, Clay, I agree with the general premise. Down around this area of the chart looks good for a long. But Clay, I disagree on your obsession with this trend line. I'm just going to get in at these couple points right here. Good job. The power of independent thinking. Did anybody here get long right there? Give me a 1 if you got long. Like, I'm jealous, but I'm also happy. Good job. Look at all these independent thinkers in the room. And I'm the baboon. Look at this. Too risky. How is that too risky? I mean, if you're not using a stop loss, I hear you, too risky. But, like, you could add such a tight stop there. Like, the people that took that trade were risking probably, what, 10 points at most? At most? Yeah, I don't know why mine's there. All I know is that it worked beautifully. Oh, you were short down there? Oh, bless your heart. And again, the power of independent thinking. Hey, hit that like button. We're at the 3-hour mark. We should be able to get 14 likes. So I'll give it a couple minutes, but if people are still interested, now would be the time. Hit that like button, and we'll keep the stream going. If not, we'll just call it a 3-hour live stream. So now would be the time, if you have not yet hit that like button, to hit the like button. Let's see if people are still interested enough for the party to continue. So hit that like button. The loin line. Like in a weird way, I'm glad that happened, because it really, I mean, that is the epitome of independent thinking. Whereas, hey, we can all, work together. I can point that out. You can say, Clay, agreed, that general area looks super, super spicy for a long. But at this point, Clay, we're going to have to agree to disagree. I'm not playing that trend line. I want to play these areas. And for those of you that took that independent thinking, again, all I can say is you were right. We were both right in the sense of thinking this was a good long area. But I was wrong when it came down to the actual entry point. And you were right, again, because of your independent thinking. So to all you independent thinkers out there, I'm jealous. But I'm proud of you. I'm happy that you're an independent thinker. Definitely not a long. It definitely was not a long right there. Is that what you're saying, Cayman Trades? I don't want to misrepresent your position, but you're saying it wasn't a long right there? No. Everybody but you, LD. I didn't say you. I don't know. For all you're saying that's not the overnight high, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, the market, yeah, whatever it was, everybody's saying yours is wrong. Are you sure maybe yours is wrong? I don't know. Hey, Cayman, where'd you go? Overnight is 24,903. Well, that one did not work, but I also don't have it. Wow, okay, now we're getting dumpage. Okay, on the 5-minute, it's approaching this 50-period SMA, so may look for a potential long right there, but at this point, a short seems like an absolute chase, but I don't know if this is a bigger move. I spent 30 minutes watching you delay 20 minutes and still... Yeah, okay, yeah. Make sure that you're not getting caught up in like behind type thing. Goodness, no soup. Come on, brother. How you doing, Clay? I don't know. It's been better, but it could be a lot worse. How are you doing, Steve? Oh, hey, 320 likes. There we go. We're going for 400 again, too. We're going to keep this streak going. So we need 80 people from here on out. If you're enjoying enough to hit that like button, be my knight in shining armor. Let's get a short squeeze, push this thing up to 400 likes. Well, I don't know why the overnight high is what it is. I don't know. I'll have to... Okay, it's not Tiki. Then which one is it? It's not Tiki. It's Iman Posse? I don't know. Those are my settings. Is one of these gets messed up or something? I mean, if I changed something, I was not aware that I changed it, but I don't remember at all having done anything. Whoa! Look at this bounce right back up. All right, this is where things are getting, again, I was thinking long, but like I said, sometimes it's just not close enough. But I was also at least smart, or, in my mind, was certainly not interested in getting short down around there because of that. So that at least, sure, I didn't get the long, but in an indirect sense, it helped me not get short, which would have been a very painful experience right now. Was there news? Well, in all actuality, this is not that big of a move. Like, it's a big move, but from 20 down to here is a 40. Again, 40 points in a candle or a couple candles is the big move, but given the context of things, like this morning when things were moving like 300 points, like it's not like a massive crazy move, if that makes sense. We'll push gold up to 26 or 20,600. You mean like per ounce? Right now it's at what, like 5,000? 20,600 is oddly specific. How did you arrive at that number? Okay, no, I want to get off. All right, see you later, Cody. Your trade's in, Steve? All right, I'm thinking about maybe a short right here. I am going to try a short right here, see if it wants to come back down. So maybe this is just a dead cat bounce here. Trying to kind of play the trend. We had this bounce down. Is this thing going to roll back over? That is what I'm wondering, and maybe going to try to play. So if that red line turns blue, I'm in. I don't know. 5 minute. So 5 minute here, we have a low here, we have a low here, we have the candle close right there. That just seems, and we have the over. Well, I don't know if that's the overnight high now. Who knows? We have the previous session close. So we have that level there, right, too. So yeah, I'm gonna pass on the short, and I think I would have just been suckered in. I think I would have just been suckered in there. Not that it still can't work out, but trying to play this somewhat responsibly here. Again, if the 5 minute did not look like it did, I really like this 2 minute. But like these levels here are all, I'm gonna get this trend line. My obsession with this trend line has gone too far. Goodbye. It's like a toxic relationship. If anything, we have maybe a double bottom here on the 5 minute from a long side. So if we have that bottom right there, okay, yeah, I'm going to look for a long down there. What is that, about 78? Oh, but then here we have a lot of conflicting signals for me right now. 5 minute, I really like that double bottom, but now it's essentially like a bear pennant. That would be do I want to buy a breakdown of a bear pennant? So conflicting signals right now. Again, to get short right here looks pretty interesting, but getting short right here on the 2 minute, what is that doing on the 5 minute? That means you're getting short right above a very strong upsloping 50 period simple moving average. And for me, those are not really the locations where I'm looking to get short, right above potential bounce points. Keyword there being potential. There's no guarantees, but man. FYI, gold real quick. Just gold is right now at the 50 period. So is this going to, push up? I could see a push up through here. Next area, this pivot point, which you can see right there, rejected the price back down. But yeah, right now, for you gold traders out there, keep that in mind. Or maybe if you're looking for a trade, some interesting dynamics there on gold. Waiting 1 hour closed. So you're waiting for another 7 minutes. A lot can happen in 7 minutes, but hey, if that's what your strategy says you should do, then, ooh, yeah. Then go for it. Is anybody long right now? Give me a, actually, let's do this. What was up with that? I think it just buffered. It was buffering for me, but my internet frame rate is still fine. Anyways, give me a 1 if you are currently long. Give me a 2 if you're currently short. If you're neither, you don't have to say anything. It's implied by you not answering that you're neither. So give me a 1 if you're long, 2 if you're short right now. Pretty even split. I think the short... Oh, I don't know. Just when I was going to say the shorts looking like they have the lead... Thank you, everybody, for listening. It's so much better when we're not getting random numbers. That way it makes it very easy to see. Oh, man, that looks like 50-50. Maybe the shorts have a slight edge? This looks kind of interesting, though, from the short side. Short here, 91. Yeah, I'm going to just try it. I can put a stop. Let's see if this does want to come down and get some in. Okay, good. Put a couple targets out there. Come on, brother. Come on. Okay, I've joined the twos. I am now also short. These are my first initial targets. Come on, go, go, go. Give us that first target. And no, I don't have a mouse in my pocket. I'm talking to us all. Nope, I'm out. I'm bailing. If that move can't fill me, then I don't like it. Again, at my cost, the power of independent thinking. For those who are like, dude, chill out. Let it cook, brother. Let it cook. Yeah, again, the power of independent thinking. Do I take account of FVG? Yeah, I take account of that when I'm looking for toilet paper. Right now, the problem, and what had me nervous that whole time, is at 50 SMA. That's why I was a little, and I wanted to see it get moving and get moving relatively quickly. Because again, as I pointed out even before I hit that trade, we have this thing looming in our way, the shorts way that is. Now the longs are loving this thing. The longs, that is their knight in shining armor. Yeah, okay, Connor, if you say that ever again, then you're gone. It's just a repackaging of stuff that's been around forever. Follow this dude if... Yes, exactly. Exactly, YC. Holding short from 059. Okay, well, next time, Divine, you show up and give us these call-outs ahead of time. Because with all due respect, this is the internet where people can kind of just show up and say stuff. But had you been here and you gave us that entry point ahead of time, oh man, we'd be cheering you on, saying, great call, good job. Hey, Clay, how's it going today? It could be better, but it's going. See you tomorrow, Clay. Trade with you make me much more relaxed. Hey, thank you, Thomas. I appreciate you using code Clay and glad I could keep you relaxed. You hear that, YC? I'm keeping somebody relaxed. I don't think YC's anymore. I think he's busy now right now yelling at his mom. Ma, I said I wanted brown sugar meatloaf tonight. YC, what kind of meatloaf are you having tonight? All right. Well, shorts once again. Shout out to the independent thinkers. In hindsight, sure, I guess no need to worry about that purple line, but I mean, that's also hindsight. I'm targeting 900. And where's your stop right at, Divine? Can you show us your payouts? No, it's irrelevant. Because I'm not claiming to be a good, bad trader. I'm not here to prove anything from a trading standpoint. The only point I'm here to do, which I've said from the beginning, is I'm here to talk about Pam's plant. And Pam's plant is not a good or bad idea based on anything like that. So no. I'll just concede I'm a terrible trader. I'm on my 10th funded account. Hopefully don't blow this one too. Well, what are you doing differently between account number 9 and account number 10, YC? Again, the core goal of this stream, as I've said from the get-go, is right here, folks. Right here. Pam's plant. The best way to day trade that I want people to be made aware of is to day trade futures for these reasons through a prop firm for these reasons. And let me just concede I'm a terrible trader. The position at that point in time is the terrible trader is presenting a good idea. Now, if you want to attack this idea and explain to me and everybody else how this is a bad idea, then fine. You could eventually say a terrible trader is presenting a terrible idea. But the thing is, this is actually a good idea because there's math behind it. So, no, I'm not going to show payouts because I'll just concede right now for the point of the live stream, I'm a terrible trader. But as of now, as of the way things stand, a terrible trader is presenting a good idea. So Pam's plan, in the category of day trading, day trade futures through a prop firm. It is the most efficient way to go about it. I rest my case. Oh, and then if you want to help support the stream, though. Wait, Clay, so you're just being here out of the sweetness of your heart? Nope. If you use code Clay, I now am getting paid to present you with a good idea. So if you want to help support the stream, then I think that's a good gig. Make a little bit of money for presenting a good idea. So code Clay with any of these prop firms. There we go. Did I make up Pam's plant? I did. Nothing, doing the same, expecting different results. Well, we'll see what happens, YC. We'll see if you get different results. Well, I heard that some of these prop firms, influencers with accounts, so why does it matter if you win or lose every day since you're getting... Again, I'm not here to prove if I'm a good or bad trader. That's not the point of the stream. I've made zero claims. In fact, the only claim I've ever made in regards to my trading is I am a baboon. That's it. But that is irrelevant to the point of the live stream. So Junkie bringing this down. They seem to be out of ideas. So Junkie? I think you got a typo. I think got a typo in there. This freaking trading view is kidding me. And because of them, I am losing a lot of money. I'm not sure what you mean by kidding you. No, I can't. Because pattern day trading rule, I want is number one. Because that is by far the best thing about it. Is futures don't have the pattern day trading rule. Bro is such a degen trying to trade the chop. Again, I'm not for your strategy. I'm not saying that, that for you, fine. If within your strategy, you define this as a chop, but I mean, for me, I would call this a downwards, trend right now. But hey, Mozo, if per your strategy, you define this as chop, cool. But like, I also don't suffer from the world revolves around me-itis. I am self-aware enough to know there are many strategies out there, and that while some may consider this chop like apparently you do, again, no problem. Not everybody would consider this chop. When is the market going to crash, in your humble opinion? Well, YC, I'm pretty sure you're just a troll. I don't know why I keep interacting with you. 1 minute, you're like, follow this guy if you want to lose money, and now you're asking me about my opinion. So, like, which is it? Is it a downtrend, really, though? Yeah, per the 2 minute time frame, how do you not say this is a downtrend? Again, Ozmo. Let me guess. All right, let me guess. Are you Do you use FVGs in your trading? Let me put a theory out there. I'm curious. Let's see if my theory is right or not. Because right now you're sort of matching. Okay, YC is totally a troll. Okay, I had a suspicion. See you later, YC. Ooh, okay. Once more, what's raining into my parade from the short side is the fact that we have this 50-period moving average here on the 5-minute. I'm genuinely curious, not trolling. Well, do you realize how much of a troll you are coming across right now? When you show up and make a general statement, why is this degen trading chop? Like, how do you know how I define chop? Grok said March is better than February, but worse than January, but we'll see. In regards to what? This looks pretty choppy. This is the problem when new people show up. When you're new with anything, just, maybe just tone down the lips. Don't flap them so much. Now, I'm assuming he's going to come back with another time frame. Well, I don't know, I'm just making this up. On the 60-minute, it looks choppy. Well, yeah, that's my point, is if you're trading on the 60-minute, per your strategy, maybe the 60-minute looks choppy. But, like, not everybody in the world uses the 60-minute. You know what I mean? That's where we can tell he's suffering from the world revolves around me-itis. Well, because I define chop this way, that's how everybody defines chop. That's essentially the logic his mind is using. Which, hence, why he needs that butterscotch pill to cure the world revolves around me-itis that he's currently suffering from. I'm waiting for a setup. Okay, continue. Okay, you're new. Just be honest. I can tell you're new. You're totally new. Just because something's in a downtrend doesn't mean you just go short. Like, oh, it's a downtrend short. This is the problem. This is the problem when new people just... and I have a sneaky suspicion what tribe this guy's a part of. He clearly said why he didn't take it. I understand that. But what he's asking me is, if your claim is it's in a downtrend, why are you not short? That's what he's asking me. And I'm saying, well, because trading is a little bit more in depth than just saying, oh, it's a downtrend, get short. Or, oh, it's an uptrend, get long. You think he's just rage baiting? Maybe. All right, well, we are... Some may call that a bear flag. No, Karkisha. You said something. Okay, once again, Karkisha, your lack of thinking is arriving. Your lack of nuanced thinking is showing up once again, Karkisha. Do you need to go to another timeout to go study nuanced thinking? Because I'm not gonna put up with you misrepresenting things because you don't know how to think in nuance. Hey Clay, let's talk about something great for a second. How was pizza? Oh, it's fine. It's good. Watch Call the Wild. And I think that might have been a remake. I know it's like a classic book, but it was the Call of the Wild with Harrison Ford in it. It was good. My one daughter really liked it because she likes dogs. I mean, okay, yeah, no, I'm not going to not only put you in a timeout card, Keisha, I'm just going to ban you at this point. I'm not Dutch. Okay. Oh, Osmo is gone too. They're definitely a troll. You guys are right. The trolls are thick right now. I'm just going to start banning. So not even worth trying to interact. So shout out to all of you that like Clay, dude. They're just trolls, man. Can you get a little bit more quick with the ban button? Thank you for the reminder. Something I'm still struggling with. When is too much engagement enough? All right, let's see. Quite the bounce back up. This is like I said, that 50 period is what in this sense saved me from maybe. I guess I didn't see this exactly. I could have potentially gotten short right there. I didn't see the price action exactly. Imagine if it's the same guy. That is, all kidding aside, that's very sad. I mean, I'm German. And it's not necessarily no nonsense. I have a passion. Like I am operating from a premise that society becomes a better place if people learn how to just talk. But part of learning how to talk is you do have to be intellectually humble and honest with one another. Like you've got to be able to not misrepresent positions like Kara Keisha was trying to do for me. Because she's not, either she doesn't know how to think in a nuanced way, or she's just, I don't know, just being intellectually dishonest. So I guess I don't have I don't have a whole lot of room, because that's ultimately what I'm trying to, one of the things I'm trying to convey is I have just a life passion for, hey, if we don't agree on everything, that's fine, but let's at least try to understand what each other are saying. Let's not misrepresent what each other are saying. So yeah, I guess I do have a no nonsense policy towards people like that are just, misrepresenting or either not able to think. And when I say think critically, I don't mean I expect everybody to be Aristotle or Socrates, but like, surely people should be able to recognize a little bit of basic nuanced thinking. I think everyone knows how to talk. Yeah, well said. Well said, Ikura. Agreed. That's what I keep trying to tell my kids. I'm like, just because you have something in your mind right now does not mean you're thinking. Like, there's a reason why logical fallacies exist. Logical fallacies are used on those that do not know how to critically think. Again, that's why it's called critical thinking. It's like this. If you're showing up and you're like, okay, this guy's green overall, therefore he knows what he's talking about. Like, no, that is you just appeal to authority. The authority of, oh, this guy's green, therefore he knows what he's doing, right? It's like when people show up and they start talking nonsense. They're like, well, I've been trading for the past 20 years. I'm like, yeah, so? Now, if you don't know how to think, you're like, oh, because they've been trading for so long, they therefore must know what they're talking about. No, that's appeal to authority, right? All that means is, well, maybe they've just been doing it wrong for 20 years. Like maybe they've just been a baboon for 20 years. There's a reason why you'll never hear me say to somebody, listen, I'm right because I've been trading since 2006. Now, for some, aka those that don't know how to critically think, that might convince them because they don't realize I just pulled off the appeal to authority, logical fallacy. But I'm trying to, again, I'm not perfect. I'm sure that I'm using fallacies every now and then just because I don't, but like, I'm trying to not do that. Anyways. Yeah, that's the other thing is there's a bunch of kids too. That's the one thing that I've got to be reminded of is at this day and age, Which is great. Which is good. On one hand, man, it's so cool that this stuff is accessible to people younger. But on the flip side, I mean, we all know how it was to be a little overly confident when we're young. Wow, what a move back up. Well, this is one where people got a little too bearish. So this is also, this is brutal stuff. Here, I think we had several people saying long. Right there, I'd assume, I don't know if it took out all of them, but I bet right here stopped out several of them. And then this happens. So there are definitely some longs on tilt watch right now. They're on the verge of losing their minds, which I can understand why. That's got to be very frustrating. Again, they were long here. This move down stops them out, which I can totally understand. That's just being disciplined. And then to see this happen afterwards, oh boy. Yeah, Ikuro, you're right. So this is held through it, thank God. So like, because you held and hoped, or because you actually had a stop loss that just kept you in? Because if you just held and hoped and broke rules and should have stopped out there, I mean, yeah, it worked out in this situation, but it's only a time before one of those rule breaks eats your lunch. Right, it works when it works. Yeah, it works when hindsight says it worked, exactly. Oops, I did it again. Got lost in my... Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, new high day. Watch 6900 mark on MES. I'm going to wait until it hits the top, then starts long. Okay. Yeah, there's not a whole lot I can do with this thing right now. To get long here seems like a chase, but to get short here seems like I'm kind of stepping in front of a freight train, so it's... Curious what it does around 080. Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right now. Yeah, 080 being out. I don't want to speak for you, but I'm assuming you're thinking 080 because that's where those highs were right there. Which agreed. We'll see how it acts around this area. Only doing 2 contracts. Well, I mean, what kind of contracts, Drew? Are you doing MNQ or NQ? Oh, MNQ? Gotcha. And don't give me this none of this only nonsense. Well, I'm only doing 2. No, who cares? If you are doing well with 2, then go with 2. I don't care how many contracts you're doing, but don't give me this, well, I only made this amount or I only use that. No, no. Yeah, don't give me that only stuff. Do what works for you. If you've been trading for 30 years and you're like, my max I do is 3 MNQ. Cool. Are you making money? Are you able to be consistent with 3 MNQ after 20 years? Yep. Hey, more power to you. The only people that are going to make fun of that are those that are just... Anyways. I'm not going to rant and rave on that topic. Can you trade oil? Yes, you can, Blackout. At least last I did. Unless something has changed, I suppose in theory maybe something has changed. But as far as I'm aware, on Take Profit Trader, you can trade oil. You're fine, Blackout. We've all been there. That's why we just put you in timeout. You're having a bad day. You're losing your mind. You're not the first person that's done it. You won't be the last. I get it. Trading is very emotional. You have those bad days, and it's just like you want to just let somebody have it. So water under the bridge, brother. We've all been there. I know I've been there. Yeah, you literally needed a timeout. So I appreciate your intellectual honesty to be like, yeah, Clay, it was deserved last week. So I appreciate that. Nothing but respect because, yeah, we've all been there. What are you saying, Slow Morrow? Is this like satire? What are you saying there? So I learned that no matter what the news is and what the experts are saying, the charts don't lie. Today is an update, not what most. Agreed. I know what you're saying. Yeah, at the end of the day, price action is king. But we're all lied to, right? Assuming you have a strategy, your strategy is saying, okay, I think this is the edge. The price showing me that this is the edge. And then the price lies to us like, no, actually, that wasn't the edge. But I know what you're saying. I'm well aware, Ozark, that I'm nitpicking. But yes, at the end of the day, the price is what matters most, which is why I like candlesticks. My favorite indicator is candlesticks. Now, I know most people are like, wait a second. No, that's not. Yeah, why isn't that an indicator? The king indicator is price action. Ultimately, that is the indicator that matters most. What is the price doing? That and volume. That's why I like candlesticks, because candlesticks can tell you so much about price action. Somebody clowned you. Oh, I got clowned. No, I don't think anybody clowned me for using micros. Who clowned me? Who's mean? Who clowned me? I don't think anybody did. No, I was trying to build up the guy, Drew, who was like, man, I'm only using 2MNQ. I'm like, well, don't say only, because that implies like that there's something bad about that. Like, no, you do the size that allows you to keep your cool as a trader. Neil did? No. Why would Neil? No, Neil's not going to do that. Neil's not going to clown on me like that. No, that's not what I said. Agreed. Less is more. Slow is fast. I do 1MQ. I think you probably mean 1MNQ. Sometimes it works. Yeah. That's how trading goes. Sometimes a trade plan works. The other times it doesn't. Hence risk management being the most important thing. You would. You wouldn't get up for clowning. But I'm totally giving you a timeout for not being a good accountability partner. My friend once said 2 minis will let me buy a Cover. I didn't want a Lambo anyways. Now, there is also a point, though, where I'm never going to judge anybody for position size, but I will also at least help you think through. If you're like, listen, Clay, I want the Malibu mansion. I want a garage full of Lambos. I want the helicopter, the private jet, and the yacht. Here I am, brother. I'm trading 3MNQ. I would be like, well, again, I don't have any problem that you're trading 3MNQ, but like, you're not going to get that lifestyle trading 3MNQ. So again, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to let somebody deceive themselves either. Like, that's cool. Like, if you want to trade 3MNQ, that no problem at all. But 3MNQs are probably not going to be buying you what I just described there. Yeah, but 4, yeah. But 4, it's not really a yacht. It's, well, how many yachts? Clay, look at the 1 hour. Yeah, I don't really use the 1 hour. Do you take it though, low dots? Did you take the triple dot or the triple top? I just want to pay some bills, have more free. Yeah, exactly, Fitman. So shoot, 2 minis. Well, yeah. Well, 2 minis is 20 MNQs. So we're quite a bit above 2 or 3 MNQs when we're talking about 2 minis, which again is the equivalent of 20 MNQs. Not yet. Still looking at other time frames. Roger that. I'm deleting that out, Connor, just because I don't like that prop firm's name. But yeah, my quick thoughts here, just on that note, would be right there. Those are my thoughts. I recommend Take Profit Trader. I think they're the best in the business, especially if you're a beginner to the prop firm space. But yeah, all those other ones are fine too if you're more of an experienced prop firm trader. But yeah, code Clay if you want to support the stream, feed some hungry kids. There you go. Those are my kind of quick thoughts. But yeah, like I said, I recommend Take Profit Trader, as I think they're the best ones around. Do you have an Apex code? Yeah. I think I'm guessing, Connor, you asked that before I just showed that on the screen, but yes, I do have Apex code Clay, all caps. Yeah, they got new stuff right now going on. So, and I'm not. Is it good or bad? I would say that's a person by person thing. It sounds like it's probably going to make people's lives harder. What is my current bias? I have no bias right now. If you force me into a corner, I don't know, actually. 2 minute looks good, but then I look at the 5 minute, and this candle here is got me a little worried for the bulls, but we'll see. All right, mods, open season on this bot. Come on, mods, who's got him? Who's got him? Come on, mods. Open season, who got him? Acro got him. Again, I don't know if the rules are dicey. I just noticed that, you know, the minimum for like what would be counted as a trading day was 50. But now what's counted as a minimum of a day is 250, which is, I mean, that's a 400% increase. That's kind of that's a pretty big change. Again, whether or not that means anything to you if you're with them, whether or not that you may not care. So again, I'm not saying that is a good or bad change. My claim is that's a pretty big change. A 400% difference now of how they're defining their minimum day. So, he is. That was true hero right there. But like I said, that's, again, Apex still has done nothing for me in terms of, oh, now they're beginner friendly. No. Still got plenty of rules that you have to think through. So from the beginner prop firm, you know, vantage point, I still think Take Profit Trader is by far the best way to go about it. Ooh, boy. Look at ES. ES has me. This is very interesting. If I traded ES, that, I don't know, is that like a short right here? It's up a little bit above there. Woo! Let me put it this way. Doesn't mean that longs can't make money getting along here, but I would be cracking walnuts if I was getting along right now on ES with a 5 minute looking like that. What is that yellow line? I don't know. I don't know. Good question. And I'm not being sarcastic. I do not remember why I put that yellow line where I did. Probably because it was this resistance right here. I would assume, I think. But don't hold me to it, Gary. I don't remember. If you are really good and go for 100-point profits and have high win rate, then maybe. John, I think you might be behind in the stream. I'm guessing you were talking about the 2 to 3 MNQ thing. So, John, by the time you hear this, you'll probably want to grab that scroll bar and drag it to the right. Is that 250 minimum trade? No, the 250 is the dollar amount you need to make. So before the rule change on Apex, in order for it to be considered a trade day towards your goals, you need to make at least 50 bucks. But now that amount is 250. Once again, I'm not saying if that is a good or bad rule change. I'm only claiming, or I should say relevant, because maybe for somebody like, no, I'm making like $1,000, and like obviously you don't care about that. But that does seem like a pretty big change there. All right, John. Ooh. I'm going to have to take this short here. What would that be if I get short here? 81 up to there. So about a 10-point stop. I'll give it a try. I can get filled. Okay. Stop at the red line. I'm sorry. Entry at the red line. Stop is at the green line. Oh, am I about to get left behind here? You're looking to get short at the red line. Stop is at the green line, but I think I might have missed it. We'll see. I think that, well, yeah, and the thing with that is the only people that don't like the trailing are those that are like home run or die. I argue the trailing is a good thing because I think it opens people's up to how powerful base hits can be. Like, hey, if you want to deal with the trailing drawdown, then it's got to be more so base hits. Doesn't mean that going for go big or go home can't work from the home run standpoint, but it's certainly harder. But what I think is it opens people's eyes like, wow, I beat the trailing drawdown and I had to take base hits, but that was actually kind of crazy how base hits added up. But with take private trader, the trailing drawdown stops anyways. So at that point, that trader is either going to be like, man, I'm going to keep with these base hits because base hits is not necessarily like something you can brag about. Like, oh man, I just nailed a 150-point winner. But like, man, base hits add up. Or that person can just be going back, okay, I'm going back to swinging big for the fences. So I in a weird way, I think the trailing drawdown is sneakily a positive thing because yes, there's no point in arguing if you are showing up saying, I want a home run or die. It's like, well, I don't even think that's a good strategy anyways. But yes, in that angle, the trailing drawdown not going to be your friend. But if you just take base hits, then it's actually not that big of a deal. And I think when people realize just how powerful going for base hits can be, I think it opens people's eyes. Again, I'm looking to get short at the red line here. I'm going to go up a little higher. So risking about 6.5 points. With slippage, let's call it 8 points on this one. Who knows? Maybe this fills me and collapses, and this I can bring myself all the way back to green. I'm not counting on that, but hey, I suppose a little bit of wishful thinking is good. Or maybe this, what I am not willing to have is to get filled and then sit here for the next 45 minutes, letting this thing just go sideways. So if that means I have to cut it for a loss from just to, to guard my time, then I will do that. But at this point, let's see. And if that red line turns blue, that means I'm filled. So red line is my entry for a short. Green line is my stop. Let's see if this thing wants to fill me and then roll back over. But step one is I first got to at least get filled. And I am filled. Okay. Put my first target down there. Come on. Do your job like you did these other 2 times, here and here. Reject the price back down. Put a couple of targets on there just in case there's some sort of spike. Not expecting a spike, but hey, when spikes happen, you're never going to be fast enough manually to take advantage of it. I don't like this, though. It is not getting smacked back down, so it's almost kind of like it's consolidating out here before another push up, but we'll see. Come on. There you go. All right, that might be all she wrote. We'll see. Like I said, I don't like how it's maintaining itself up here. I'll still let it work out, but yeah, I was hoping for more of a get up there and get it, smack it right back down, but at the end of the day, it's like 8 points I'm risking, so we'll let it cook here. If I get this first target, that's where I'll move my stop down to essentially break even. But I'm not budging until the price at least gets down to that level, assuming that happens. But yeah, even see, notice how now it's just not quite letting go. I would love to be wrong though, market. So I mean, if you want to just give me a big red candle, I would love to just be like, what an idiot. You were totally wrong. I will not complain. Ooh, you're scalp. All right, Dash. Dash scalped. Good job on the scalp. I've had some opportunities at the scalpy scalp myself, but again, I'm not looking for a scalpy scalp. Maybe I should be. Hindsight will be my judge. Got a small scalp too. All right. Yeah, right now it's looking like scalpy scalp would have been the best thing to do, but that's all me speaking in hindsight. I'm about to get stopped. That green line up here is my stop. And I am stopped. All right. So I shoulda, coulda, woulda done the scalpy scalp. It is what it is. So on that note, if you enjoyed the stream, if you want to help support it, if you want to ensure that it continues, then this is completely viewers supported. There's no sponsorships, nothing like that. So if you use any of these prop firms, and like I said, you want to help support the stream, code CLAY, all caps, I recommend Take Profit Trader. I should note that last week, after several of you have been kind of mentioning it, do now have a code for Alpha Futures too, just as in case you didn't see it sneaking down there. But yeah, that is how you can help support the stream. Code CLAY, all caps. Feed some hungry kids. I have 6 of them. They are hungry. So yes, if you use code CLAY, it will go to feed some hungry children. They just happen to be my children. But I'm going to go ahead and call it good. I will be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. A lot of new faces today, which was great. So make sure you subscribe on your way out. If you don't mind hitting that like button, that would be fantastic. Thought we could get up to 400 today. Not looking like it'll happen, but we made a good run at it. Maybe tomorrow we can get the streak going again. Like I said, on your way out, hit that like button, and then also make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can be made aware of when I go live. But I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Uh-oh. No, I'm not. Nope. I'm not going to. It's looking like the price might be coming back down, but I don't care. I'm good. I am good. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Code CLAY, all caps. Hit that like button on your way out. And make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Everybody take care and have a good one.